What you laughing at?
Whoa, look, it's time to go viral. I'm homicidal, I'm killing all my rivals. I'm the man, shit, I put that on the Bible. I Spotify my target, cause you know I got the title. Hey, I'm a Mac 2. I told baby shake that ass like she Apple. She said it's real, so she got my name tattooed. House full, so I hit it in the back room. Whoa, baby said she needed now, peep the urgency. I want a little Kim before she had the surgery. Leg spread on that hardcore poster. She love twerking, she just do it for the coach. Big dog, bull master. 6 tray Chevrolet, I'm classic. All these niggas mad at me, that's tragic. The main bitch in the bed, that's graphic. Yeah, we about to go viral. Hey, we about to go viral.
What's the deal, Viral Gang? We back at y'all with another one, man. Share, like, subscribe to the channel. Welcome back to the realest podcast in the world and the best podcast on the internet by far. Real, raw, and uncut, the Viral Way. You already know the deal. As always, he's your host that do the most, Mr. Viral himself, a.k.a. the villain, because they hate me for my opinion. And we got the squad back in the building, finally.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. LBC
Still.
Messiah, man. Y'all know what time it is. We on another one.
Kali the one, man. Viral way or no way.
Kali the one, not the two. And y'all see what's going on, man. Success is the best revenge. We having a lot of revenge right now. We getting a lot of silent success on the low. Y'all just watching us elevate. So keep the hate coming, man, because I love it. What's going on, though, fellas? What's the deal?
How was y'all weekend?
My weekend was A1, man. I was working. Shout out to Craig Smith. He came through, did a collab. That was fire.
Yeah, that was a good one. And even weekends now, I don't even look at weekends like most people do. I look at weekends as like it's still grind time. So I don't really look at the days no different. Like, we working. That's all I'm looking at. Everything else outside of that really don't even be mattering to me no more.
And I know y'all probably was like, where Kali was at, man? Y'all left Kali off. Kali had some family stuff going on. The scheduling, when you schedule people like that, they just sporadically hit you like, hey, lock in this date and you gotta lock it in or it's over with. So
either there or you not. Yeah.
You either there or you not. But yeah, Kali's still part of the team. He'll be on the next one.
For sure,
high power.
For sure.
But
anybody saying that, it's like, I don't understand that anyway.
You know it's that divide and conquer, man. With a light-skinned bull at.
That's out to me.
Yeah, you know how it go. Everybody ain't gonna be there for everything, you know. I mean, I'm gonna be there for everything, but for the most part, I gotta be there for everything. Well, how that fair was, man. I know the lines.
It was actually
crazy.
Cool. It was cool. I went there. I took my girl there. It was expensive though. Food was really whatever. Honestly, I think that was probably my last time going to the fair. To keep it 100. The food was good. I didn't really get on no rides because I don't know if y'all been seeing, but niggas been dying on them shits. Like,
yeah, but at the fair, what's the biggest rise? Like, I thought fairs was like,
they
where
got
you
like
take kids and shit.
They got like the drops. They got the zippers. They got the Ferris wheel. They got that one shit that swing you up this way like a pendulum and you be spinning in the air. They got some rides there.
Like, if I ain't going to Magic Mountain, that's not even in my cards. Especially, I mean, if I had kids, that'd be different. But other than that, I don't see no benefit for me going to a fair.
I ain't been to a fair since my kids was shorter than me and they taller than me now. Like you said, them prices be different and them rides be janky. They is not checking them rides. I done seen too many people fall off the ride or spin and your kid get thrown out of it 80 feet in the air. I'm cool. And I used to love roller coasters, but I went to Six Flags like maybe a year ago. 2 rides in, my stomach was like, bro, you're not a teen no more. It's over with. I'm like, I'm tripping because I'm really an adrenaline junkie. So it's really making me mad. And I'm forcing myself to keep getting on rides because I used to love roller coasters. Yeah. But after you reach a certain age, bro, your stomach, it don't react good. To
blame it on the age for the weak stomach.
Six Flags for me be too much.
You think so? So you a Knots type nigga?
I do. No, I go to Disney. I go to Universal. I like to keep it mellow. I used to go to Six Flags when I was younger, but that's some other shit. X2, X, all that shit.
That was my favorite ride.
The X is vicious for sure.
Yeah, I'm cool off that.
But you start to see people fly off these roller coasters like Final Destination was so crazy. Y'all seen that clip of that lady they watching Final Destination, the whole damn ceiling fell on her?
Yeah, I don't know if that was marketing or what.
I said, damn, what's the odds? She ain't never going to see a movie again.
I was about to go see that shit. I'm cool.
And that shit was low-key bunk.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie,
don't
man.
believe he say everything bunk. I'm tired of
Final Destination was bunk.
This nigga the worst critic in the world.
I'm
Nothing's
not.
good enough.
My critics is facts, cuz like
is trash,
when you go from the first foundation, the first 3 was cool. After that, they started doing too much. Now they try to do the bloodline, it's the goriness of it. it's too fake. Yeah, like, and it's so many ways that that movie can go on forever because there's so many ways to check out. So to me, it was like that shit was just impossible shit.
Nah, I think this was the last one. That's why they called it the end of the bloodline or something like that.
Nah, just called Bloodline.
Nah, I think it was the end of the bloodline. But it was dope to me. It was cool to me. They brought the storyline back around. If you watch the ending, it's low key tied to the beginning of the first one. So I thought that was creative. I thought the kills was more creative because, like you said, after the first 2 or 3, it kind of got weird. They was doing too much cartoonish type ish. Like the first kills in the first 2, it was realistic. You like, damn, because that movie changed our generation forever. I can no longer drive behind any trucks on the freeway. I can't drive behind no truck on the side. Anywhere I see a log truck, I'm damn near getting off the freeway. Like, cause you're not Final Destination to me. So it was dope to me.
So you thought when she said seeing is believing, she told her to step back and she got smacked with the pole. That was more realistic.
Like, yeah, it was realistic because she already had it planned out and all the signs were there. But she was like, listen, until she sees it happen in real time, she's never going to believe it. So she sacrificed herself to save the family. That's why she told her, like, step back. Because she already knew it was going to happen. Because if you look in the book, she had it written out already. Like, if I come here, this the way it's going to get me. So she was like, step back.
I'm going to have to go watch it.
You seen the nigga slipped on the thing in the grass, lawnmower lifted up, chopped his face up. I'm like, this shit was extra.
But imagine you in the movie watching it in the ceiling cave.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And you live, so now you thinking is death coming for me because I wasn't supposed to make it out.
That's why it's so crazy. The movies is deeper. And it's crazy that happened to her because now she gonna be fucked about going to the movies. Once she start acting like the white lady and never want to step out the house again.
Not fact. She probably do that, be at home writing the book down.
That shit crazy.
Y'all ever seen 1,000 Ways to Die?
Of course.
We was talking about that before.
That's what this shit be reminding me of.
That was that was a cool show, actually. I used to like watching that shit, but it's crazy if you start now the shit that we know now, I probably wouldn't be that much invested as I was as a kid.
The energy, huh?
Nah, it's good because people was really checking out that way though. That was the cool thing about the show is people really checked out the way you saw it. And
it was real.
Like, there's no way you checking out this way.
But you know that they based it off of the reports of people checking out that way. So that was good though, like you said, but it was crazy because some of that shit was just like you don't want to believe it, but you know it's possible.
You know what made me really believe a lot of it was social media because you started to see people die in the craziest ways that you would not believe until you seen it. And I'm like, damn, okay, there's some 1,000 ways to die type shit.
What are the odds, huh?
Because before we had, what was the DVDs? We used to just buy it to see people get hit by trains and shit like that. This was like around the time gore.com was out.
Yeah, I don't know that.
That was before you. We used to be at school, nigga, go to the private browser, gore.com.
That's what that and Rotten.com.
Rotten.com.
Yeah.
You used to see all the cartel videos, the beheading videos and stuff like that. That's when that first hit the scene.
Grindface before it turned into what it turned into. That's what it really was. You could go online and watch like niggas off themselves, all type of stuff. Then it turned into more like just, the same shit World Star really turned into.
It was that and animals attacks. We don't get them anymore either. I just seen the dude just got manned down by a kangaroo. They had him on tape play fighting with the kangaroo, and I guess he went back in there and the kangaroo beat the shit out of Cub.
I think one of the coldest ones I seen, that video that was floating around I think they put the pit bull on that nigga. Basically ate Cub all his intestines, his testicles, all his whole skin was ripped open, and that motherfucker just chewing on him. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. He's still alive going through the whole thing though, just screaming. Everybody just looking at him. I'm like, yeah, he must have did something foul.
I think he was a pedo. That's why they had the pit bull eating his nuts.
Released him, huh?
Yeah. And you know, them motherfuckers ain't letting go. Yeah, them motherfuckers just locking up on Cub. I'm just like,
I seen one, they beheaded this woman, but they used like an old rusty Swiss knife. So it was cutting slow. So half her neck gone, but she's still alive though. It ain't hit like the vital organ yet. So half her shit was off and they still slicing with the hand knife.
That's crazy.
I seen some brutal shit, bro. I seen them cut a nigga heart out while Cub was alive, and the nigga did like this, and his shit was beating Cub, bit it. I'm like, these niggas different, Cub.
They gonna torture a nigga for real.
Yeah. That's why it's like you just got to go out with a bang out there, because if you get caught by the ops out there,
it's over with.
That cartel shit, they find ways to off niggas that you wouldn't even think about.
Facts. Whatever comes to a nigga imagination, they about to act it out.
Hey, but what's up with everybody running around acting like Michael Jackson was really a loke?
Man, that shit crazy. That shit wild.
Hold on. Everybody running around acting like Michael Jackson was a super crip. I just seen Daz Dillinger over there on AD stream, and he was confirming it. And they were saying, you know, Mike was really from 8-9 East Coast, or one of the East Coasters, because he took that, you know, the famous picture of Mike throwing up the sea with the blue flannel on. And his story's coming out. Mike put the paws on Tupac and a couple other niggas behind the scenes. So, man, what's going on?
So that scene in Martin where he fought Michael Jackson was real. He said Cub was tripping. Nah, man.
Exactly.
I don't want to do it. If y'all accepted Mike, y'all gotta accept the rest of these niggas. That mean Wayne is official. Y'all can't go against Breezy, Soulja Boy, none of these niggas. I'm gonna let me not say Chris Brown because he went over there and got his official.
He said Tito.
Yeah.
Got off. But hey, Mike might have had a squabble because I don't know if y'all remember in the Jackson 5, the American Dream, he had them niggas in the backyard squabbling with the gloves on.
I mean, it's possible. You know, he was getting beat as a kid, so you know that'll turn a nigga into something else. But it's just, let's not act like Cub was just really out here participating in shit. Cuz like Mike Jackson was already in the industry as a kid, dinner his whole life.
Niggas playing in castles and shit. Yeah,
but everybody played their part. He could have played a part, but was he really out there dropping bags in the set doing all that? So
this revisionist history is crazy. We all seen the picture, but they acting like Mike was participating. Like, nah, right. Cub was a loke.
Let Cub be let Cub just be living his legend, man, and be a great singer.
They said, you know, his voice ain't even high pitched like that.
Deep, huh?
When you really talk to him on the phone, his voice deep as hell.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You call Cub Mike like, yeah, what's up, Cub?
Nah, I think I seen Chris Tucker say that too. His voice was deep, or one of them comedians said he had a deep voice.
And they was like, nigga, y'all tripping, nigga. Mike was on the bitches, and I seen that clip. I think I sent to you when he was out the window. What he called the titties or something? He was like, ooh.
Nah.
Mike was flagging him in.
Mike was on it, but people just. He's so used to getting the bitches that people wanted to see him do more, like be thirsty. Cuz didn't have to be thirsty. It was already thirsty for Cuz. So I think that was the only problem. Yeah,
they was all on the truck, niggas fucking facing the window.
Nah, he shocked me the way he was talking. He was talking like us. Yeah, like Mike was like, "Oh shit, look at her titty. Yeah, go get her."
I ain't nothing off limits. Okay, he know that whatever he say, they finna do. So Mike is finna say anything.
Mike had a different type of star power. Mike made somebody perish by seeing him in the flesh.
Yeah, that was
motherfucker saw Mike and had a stroke, cuz that's a different type of fame, nigga.
That's crazy.
You got deadly fame. People see you and dropping dead on the spot is nuts.
How y'all feel about I think I sent it in the chat. Funny tweet. Glasses Malone. He said because Kid Cudi does drugs, or he's been doing drugs for all these years, that he's in pretty much in the street nigga category where he's a rat for going up there and testifying.
Glasses got to stop. Glasses got to stop. I think Glasses at this point is a professional rage baiter. Some of the stuff he be saying be outlandish. Even the G&X versus the Good Kid, Mad City was crazy. Like Glasses is 10 for 10 with saying outlandish things. Doing drugs and being a junkie don't make you a street cat.
Yeah,
Kid Cudi's not a street cat.
No, he said, y'all keep saying Kid Cudi a civilian, yet he raps about doing every illegal drug under the sun.
So, I think that might have been taken out of context. I don't think he's necessarily saying a street cat. I think he's getting to a point of he not as innocent as y'all trying to make this nigga seem. Cuz ain't no victim. Yeah, he went up there and told, but ain't no telling what Cuz doing behind the scenes when it comes to that type of community. So I don't consider Cud no street cat though.
But that's what he was alluding to, because the tweet before that, he said, oh, Kid Cudi set to testify. Let's see if he gonna keep it hip hop. So what is keeping it hip hop? Hip hop comes from where? The streets.
Right.
Yeah, so you basically saying if he snitch, he's not keeping it hip hop or street. He's Kid Cudi.
He don't even really make that kind of music. Like the nigga be humming and shit and all type of crazy
Only song
shit.
I know he ever had was the Pursuit of Happiness. And that was still a banger to me. But now, like, Kid Cudi just a straight weirdo.
Goofy.
Yeah, goofy. Cause of,
after he wore the dress, I'm like, damn,
they been got him. If y'all ever watched that, what was that movie? The new House Party movie. They got him like doing a whole ritual scene and everything else.
Oh, I ain't see that.
Like that shit crazy. But Kid Cudi want to do it drinking blood. He got they got all these suits on. He the nigga that they come meet to turn out. He fake saving them, but he already been turned out. I feel like that was just a message in itself for him. Like he been sold it. So
I don't know, man. I'm never, ever, ever looking at Kid Cudi as a street nothing.
Nah,
even Young Thug tweeted, "Oh yeah, old boy's a rat." Then Young Thug had tweeted something about Gunna because he covered up the YSL tattoo. Yeah. So confirming that, yeah, you know, he's a rat.
But
everybody was trying to act like, oh man, him and Thug is cool.
But even when he first came out, he basically was saying he ain't fucking with him. He said he was He on baby side and all that.
Nah,
So.
all these conspiracy niggas. Oh man,
Nah, I
Thug
know,
told
but-
him to tell. Y'all don't know what y'all
I remember
talking
that
about.
all that dumbass shit y'all was saying. They was saying hella dumbass shit. How you know that's his partner? He want him to get up out the way. Like niggas was saying hella stupid shit.
Man, we gotta wait till Thug confirm it. We don't care what's on the tape.
Nigga, we talking about we see the nigga on 5 HD video and the nigga talking about
It's a game.
yeah.
That's how.
He's supposed to do it. They didn't have nothing on Warner. Like that shit was crazy.
These fans be nuts,
They
man.
wanted that relationship to stay. That's what it is.
Yeah.
'Cause
Now
they
they-
know the music go away.
No, a nigga can really tell on camera and nigga can justify and say them ain't the words that came out his mouth.
Does Cudi get docked for saying what he said?
For me, I don't really.
I
care.
don't even entertain
Yeah,
Cudi.
I feel
Yeah, like,
like it's
I don't hold that nigga to no standards, nothing. Yeah, like
I think and again, like, because y'all had a point about like him as a man. You know, he waited all this time. To me, I put him in like he's the type of nigga that would get control. Like he's the type of nigga that wouldn't do something if you broke in his house. Like he gonna probably be like, I'm scared. I feel like he's I feel like he's more that kind of
Nigga
nigga.
talking about I'm scared, nigga pop up.
Yeah, 'cause he said
Nah,
Diddy
He's
was,
more that kind of nigga.
he
I
said
don't know.
Diddy was like damn near standing on top
Yeah.
of the Porsche, nigga looking like a superhero.
Yeah.
Cub was just like, what I do, man?
Yeah, I think he was more. I think
Cudi is a nigga that got into the industry and he became one of them. He turned Hollywood, but I don't. As a man, he shouldn't have said nothing. You should have just left it alone. But regardless, I'm not holding him to no. He don't act like no street nigga. He not presenting with no street rules. He don't have to follow no code he never signed up for.
So Glasses is reaching, is what y'all saying.
I think so. Yeah.
Since when does being a junkie make you a street nigga? If that's the case, nigga, half the world is street niggas because half the world is junkies.
Right.
And I
That
always
would
thought
that would
junkies
include alcoholics.
I always thought junkies was laughed at anyway.
They
kinda
were.
looked at like, damn, bro, tweaking.
They
Yeah,
were.
but it's-
Only until this new junkie wave rap that Future ushered in was junkies starting to be respected. Like, no, nigga, you're a
You
junkie.
can't even
I
stand up
think
straight. Yeah.
I think it was before him though, because even I seen what's the name? I think it was Dave East. I seen him speaking on it. He was talking about himself, but he made a great point. He was like, "Nigga, the junkies is just fly now, nigga." He was like, "I could admit I was a fly junkie, spending $700-800 on lean and all this other shit." And you think of Wayne with the cup, he was just a rich junkie. All these niggas was, but the only difference is you got the money. Niggas look at you different.
Is it, or were they doing a different type of drug?
No, niggas look at you different. If you're addicted to lean, it's a damn near equivalent of liquid heroin. You're a junkie. It's no different from shooting up.
What
That's
I'm
why-
saying is the respect level. Because amongst your peers, if you were the junkie out the group, you was not respected like that.
But like I said, people is respecting these people because they got money. It just depends who it's coming from. Like majority of the world is still going. They not gonna care that you doing lean. Niggas didn't give a fuck when Wayne was doing lean. Nigga, everybody wanted to do lean.
That's true.
Like
Nah,
so-
we get that, but that's the fame. But I mean, amongst normal people, I don't think people looking at you like in high regards because you a junkie.
I don't think they was ever looking at Wayne in low regards, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Right. I'm saying Wayne has the fame. We get it. I'm saying if you just had a buddy and you just knew he was a junkie, like the pill head, this nigga on every drug, and he come around, he's not being held in high regards.
Nah.
In the streets, as far as the hierarchy. Like the junkies is down here at the bottom.
Cause it's like, what is you doing?
I think now with the rappers made them jump up a couple tiers.
Yeah.
Like it was cool to be a junkie now because all the rappers are. And I'm like, hell no, these niggas still down here to me.
The point is what I'm getting at. It's like the control junkies. Like a nigga might be with all the bullshit. Nigga might have money and nigga might got this. Niggas are still hold niggas at a certain step unless you're not actually doing it. Majority of niggas in the streets is doing something. It's rare that you got niggas in the streets that's just fully sober. So then it's hard for them to judge a nigga, especially if he in a better position than them. They might still respect him. So
And we got to look at everybody that's a junkie. I don't know, man.
I
I'm
think-
looking
I
at
think
you
people-
different, bro.
I think people too are looking at it like, are you functioning? Like
That's what I mean,
Yeah, because
yeah.
if you Wayne, you doing tours, you making $1 million, you got business ventures, and then you a junkie, but on the side, like you able to function. I don't think people look at it the same as a nigga down the street who pants halfway down and he like
people don't
know.
people we don't look at it like that, like you said, because they function and they're able to still progress in life. It's like even weed is not considered. People don't consider weed as that, but people that smoke weed all day, you still damn near equivalent in that boat too. So it's like, but weed is this and weed is that. It's good for you. They're gonna break all that shit down, but you still an addict in a sense.
Yeah, you're relying on something.
I think it's the difference between the weed they got now and the weed that's coming straight out the ground.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, nah.
The weed with all these
different.
crystals and you put
Chemical
wax on
spraying
top.
on it.
At this point, that's what makes you the junkie. You're not Bob Marley and whatever come right out the ground and just puffing it. No, y'all adding shit on top. Y'all crunching up pills on. Y'all doing crazy shit with
Niggas
the
in
weed.
lab coats making weed. Yeah,
Exactly. So I don't know, man. I don't respect nobody that don't have control over themselves. Anytime you need an outside substance to function, you have a problem. I don't care what it is. It could be alcohol, it could be weed, it could be lean, whatever drug of choice. If you need it to function, you got a fucking problem. To me, especially as a man, like you gonna get knocked down some notches. You don't have no fucking control over yourself. You need an outlet. Like, nigga, you are the outlet. we gotta stop putting these niggas on high regards because they got money and fame. No, these dudes is fucking junkies. The first time they run into a tight spot in life, they go run to a substance. Nigga, you're weak.
I can't disagree with you there.
Yeah, I don't really disagree, but did you ever look at Wayne that way?
Yes, I look at Wayne as a fucking junkie.
I know.
I enjoy his
now,
music.
but niggas never
not coming
niggas,
up though.
niggas
Huh?
never
Yeah.
looked at Wayne like no junkie. Niggas never said nothing until Cuz started really having seizures and shit like that. Then it's like, okay, Cuz got a problem. Like,
How much of his drug use did we know about until the lean Wayne hit the scene?
Them
'Cause
niggas was
coming
talking-
up, we didn't know about that.
yeah, them niggas was talking about heroin, all type of shit. in
We
their
didn't
music.
know though.
All right,
As
but-
kids, we didn't know what the hell they was talking about for real. Nobody knew Wayne was on liquid heroin. Or
we knew that in 2007.
no,
8.
niggas didn't even know the effect of lean until people started dying. Granted, Pimp C died. We wasn't really, not even Pimp C, DJ Screw. Nobody was really tapped in. I think once Pimp C died, people started waking up. And then once Fredo died, everybody really started like, whoa, wait a minute. This shit could really take you out for real?
Yeah, in my generation, it was more prevalent for us because we had a bunch of rap artists pretty much being like, damn, I had to go to the hospital. Or Rick Ross, he was at the Super Bowl, he had a seizure, woke up, I think in like the third or fourth quarter. I think even Schoolboy, a bunch of niggas was on lean, and it was affecting them negatively. So we kind of grew up realizing it, but at that point, it was already romanticized, where it was like the lean was damn near making them who they were. Like that's almost how the artist was. It was like it was no artist without the lean. Like they needed it to be who they were. That's how they packaged it. So
It's like through every generation though. All these from artists from the beginning through certain generations. What you had the Quaaludes, then the crack stuff came in, and then you got niggas fucking with the Xans. You know what I mean? A lot of the Oxy. It's just everything. Every generation has their niche of what they done. So I just think we just overlooked it in a sense of what categorizing people in, like you said, putting them in the same box as somebody who got money and who don't.
Yeah, and it wasn't really magnetized either without social media. We didn't really know what they was doing behind the scenes. Now we're finding out, and it started to be like, God damn, y'all niggas is on what? Y'all doing what? I think Gen Z is the generation that's low-key changing it. I mean, of course, they got the vaping thing going on, but I mean, alcohol consumption, they're down.
but that's only
I think
because
like less than 50%.
Man, I don't even believe them numbers. These Gen Zs be twisted, nigga. They doing fucking, what's that shit called?
Yeah.
Nigga, niggas doing Nas and balloons.
Yeah,
Nah,
niggas
you right.
out
The
here-
Nas
out
shit
here
is
That's what I'm
different.
saying.
nigga.
Niggas ain't drinking because these niggas out here is doing pills and
Drink ain't hitting hard enough for them.
Nah, you right.
They
You
need
right.
the next
Nah, you
level.
right.
Niggas walking around like zombies out here. These little
Facts.
niggas.
When did Nas become cool in the hood? Niggas, y'all weirdos. I'm
I'm
gonna
a-
just straight say it. Nas, this call me racist, whatever. I already got the stigma.
That's where I was going.
Nas has always been an Hispanic drug.
That's where I was
Hispanics and some Asians. Like the
The party.
Asian Orientals that do the party rave thing. They race the cars. They on the balloons.
Yeah.
Pause. That was crazy.
God damn.
This nigga 2 for 2. Hey, this nigga been on
He 3 for 3.
This nigga been on a run.
Every episode. God damn. Wow, that was diabolical, boy.
Pause.
That was wild. Whoa, what you had to
Record
say?
squad.
Whoa. He had to go there.
Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about, cuz. They inhaling the
Nas,
the
yeah.
damn Nas like it's helium and shit, trying to change their voices. But that is never cool. Any nigga that's outside doing Nas,
You're crazy.
riding around with a balloon, you're a fucking weirdo.
Well,
I don't care what
now
nobody
now
says.
they got it where it's all designed in like a bottle with a little
Oh, so they know how much pressure to
with a little
use.
nozzle on top. They call them whippets. So now it looks like a you know how you be having like a like the thermos water bottles, like a Yeti. It low-key look like a Yeti with just a little straw on top. Niggas be hit it and be all deep voiced and shit. So now they done made it look cool.
I try not to look at it like too much. It's like, damn, motherfuckers be going through it. But it's like, it's something, don't fuck with the Nas, man. Niggas be hitting that Nas and you just see a nigga just hit his head on the table or something. Nigga pass out, right out. Stick to the other shit, man. Go back to weed and everything else. You ain't gotta overdo it.
Being a junkie ain't cool, man. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how much they romanticize it. Being a junkie, whether functional or not, is never cool, bro. Whatever you facing, you're not gonna find the answer at the bottom of that bottle, or by ingesting that pill, or snorting that line, or doing the whip it. When you wake up, it's gonna be worse because now your body and your brain is fucked up. And then the problem is still there. Now it's amplified times a million. And you probably made the problem worse while you were high and intoxicated. Woke up and didn't know what the fuck you even did this weekend. So you niggas got to find other ways to face issues. It's like this generation is the weakest ever in history, especially black people. Y'all love to say, we ain't our ancestors. No, y'all not. The first sign of anything, you niggas is running to a drug, a pill, or something. Y'all online crying like bitches. I'm seeing grown men on the gram crying. Imagine your fucking great-great-great-great-grandfather who was in the field getting his back whipped in, being able to see the future, and you on a gram crying over a female. How many of these dudes is crashing out right now over women?
Yeah,
Rod Wave crashed out. We just seen
Davis.
Davis crashed out. Like the list goes on of celebrities that have been crashing out behind women. What is going on?
That's a good question. Actually, you know the Grits and Eggs podcast, Deontay Kyle, I think is his name. He kind of talked about this. I want to play the clip and then get y'all take on what he's saying. People think he's pandering, but
Yeah, you gotta hook up to the Bluetooth.
These women out here getting cold, too cold for niggas. That's what it is. Niggas out here sick.
The roles have changed. The men is turning to women, and the women that start turning into men.
These women is using whole principles, and these niggas trying to be simps to them. And they out here getting their fucking heart shattered.
Got it.
Yeah, it's crazy work. It is. It's crazy. It's a sad thing to see in our day and age. It's ugly, but I really don't give a fuck. It's like it is what it is. You crashing out behind these broads. It's crazy.
On, that's why I'm like,
yeah, I know this nigga steady talking over the
you
clip.
playing?
Yeah, put your headphones on. You like this nigga won't shut the fuck up.
I didn't know Kurt connected it yet. He ain't say nothing.
May not harass women. You may know how to take rejection. The majority of men that most women deal with do not. Yeah. And you are accountable for that as well. Because I don't got time to figure out which white people are nice, which white people aren't racist, or da-da-da-da-da. I have to go on the actions of the group.
Right.
The group as a whole and the history of that group as a whole tells me that they are a danger to me and they are not to be trusted.
Right.
And if you can understand that as a black man and your stand towards white people, then you should absolutely be able to understand women's stance towards you. Mm-hmm. It's not a war on you waged by women. Actually, the war get a little thicker when we start talking about it from the perspective of a woman and the greater society of racism and white supremacy being waged against black people, and then the patriarchal society being waged against women. So they have to deal with two elements. One of those elements we don't have to think about, and honestly, we're perpetuated. Mm-hmm. And it's perpetuated against us young to look at women as objects.
Right.
You know, to look at women only through the lens of a sexual desire and not as the human being that they are. And when you understand how to deal with women on a human level, you understand how much women will enrich your life.
Amen. Amen.
I'm about to say that was the whole clip.
You want to turn it up a notch?
Yeah.
Pretty much. After that, he goes to like, get you a solid black woman, et cetera. How do y'all feel about the clip? Like, do you think it has any credence, especially what we kind of been seeing going on, in the media with different celebrities and just men in general? Do you think he has any truth to what he's saying? You think he's just straight up pandering?
I think it's a little truth to it, but the part I didn't get is when he said they got to deal with two elements and we only got to deal with one. But the point I'm getting at is that if the patriarchs or the stuff that he's saying is against the women, it's still affecting us. You know what I mean? Versus how we deal with our women. So I don't see that, and we still have to deal with the same elements. So I don't get that part.
No, he's pandering. 100%. He's definitely pandering 100%. And it's crazy because I like Kyle and I like his content, but during this whole Cassie thing, he's been straight flat out pandering. He had a clip that did not age well, and he was asking, why are people defending Diddy? And no one was really defending Diddy in my eyes. People were more so looking at the facts of the case, and the facts pointed out that Cassie wasn't as innocent or a victim like the media wanted you to believe. And by people basically pointing that out, he went on to say people were defending Diddy and demonizing Cassie. No, it's calling a spade a spade. We have been, by his own example, based off of the group, over the last couple of years with the Me Too movement and everything we've seen and women lies being exposed on these podcasts that we didn't know was, I guess, in their nature, before podcasts, before Red Pill and all of that, we started to see their true nature come out as a group. Not every female, not every woman, but like he said, you can only go off the group. So based off the group, if you're a man or anybody in society, at this point, is no way to just blindly believe women's claims when they come out at this point. There's no way. You have to fact check it. No matter how fucked up it may seem, no matter how much she's crying or whatever, you have to fact check it. We can no longer blindly believe a woman's claim against a man. And we can blame the patriarchy because the patriarchy created this. So I want to get y'all opinions on it too, because I got this, it's called the N-word marriage, the N-word with the hard ER. So this ties right into this, but you'll figure out why feminism was pushed to the forefront is to create this. But what you thought about that?
I think there's some truth to it. I do think he's victim right now to what a lot of people are victim to, whereas they don't want to get the backlash for being unbiased. So we have set A and set B, and we're going to compare it, and whatever, rises to the top is what rises to the top facts-wise. A lot of people are either taking the extreme, Diddy side or the extreme Cassie side because they're afraid of the reaction they're going to get from the opposite side. So I think he's a victim to that. And with the platform, a lot of these people are afraid to lose followers, sponsorships, whatever it is, based off of their true, real opinion. So I think at this point in time, he's a victim to that in this particular case. Now, I don't think everything he says pertains solely to the Cassie thing, right? Like we just came up here and talked about Rod Wave. We just seen HaHa Davis. We just seen other celebrities that have been in, these domestic violence cases. And so I do think there is some credence to men in the way that we deal with women, particularly black men and black women. There is, propensity of violence within our community towards them. There is a lack of respect, a lack of disdain. Now, that's not to say that they can't do a better job at respecting themselves and commanding respect and being, women that are presentable. But in my opinion, we got to look more so at the men because we're men. Like we can talk about women, and what they do and what they shouldn't do. But at the end of the day, we can't necessarily control who they are as a group because we're not them. So I feel like we have to more so speak to the men of why do we lack emotional control? Why do we lack emotional stability? Why do we make the decisions that we make when it comes to niggas get rejected, they start going crazy, or niggas hitting girls, whatever the case is. And we can go to the root cause, which is lack of fathership and other things. But at some point in time, when it comes to age, being 25 plus, niggas don't really give a fuck about, I'm not here to play your psychiatrist or your therapist and kind of delve into your mind as to why you did what you did. We're only really worried about, okay, you did what you did. So I think that we have to start taking more accountability as men and being like, yes, these things have happened, but it doesn't necessarily give us the right to then go and do some of the things that we've done when it comes to how we've treated women, certain men, how they've done women. And I'm not even speaking on the Cassie case. I'm speaking on just us as a community in general and the violence that we spew back and forth between each other. At some point, we got to look within and be like, I can only control me. People can't walk on eggshells because I didn't have a dad around or I don't know how to deal with rejection. Women can't walk around and be afraid because of that. Or if I got a short skirt on, a nigga should grape me. Like it's some of these things that I understand it, but as a man and living in everyday life, I've seen these things play out and I've never felt, okay, I didn't get a girl's number, let me call her a bitch. Let me disrespect her. A girl got a skirt on, let me go grab her when she didn't ask to be grabbed. You know what I mean? I've never done that. So I know that there's a group of men that haven't done it either. So until, in my opinion, we kind of shed a light on the men that are doing that, it continues to go on and on and on.
Yeah, I think it's complex though. I think it's a way more complex issue. I think number one, social media definitely plays a role in what we're seeing with these men crashing out on females because guys are not used to being rejected in person the way we were. So coming up, you had to cold approach. There was no DM. There was no hitting you on the gram. There was no responding to a story. We was on the city bus, riding to the local mall, swap meet, wherever the hangout was, with a pen and a pad. This before chirps. This before sidekicks. So if you wanted to get a female, you had to go cold approach. So you learned as a youngin' how to interact and communicate with females, and you learn rejection. Because after you done it so many times, you know, okay, man, I talked to 10 females in this mall. I probably get 5 numbers. 5 probably, out of the other 5, 3 got a boyfriend, 2 not interested. But you knew for a fact, I'm going to leave with at least 5. So at the end of the night, you and the homies tallying up. Hey, cuz, how many you got? Shit, I got 7 tonight, man. I got 6. Man, I got 3, but it's the 3 I wanted. So you learn to live with the rejection. Now you just sit at your home and copy paste messages on these dating apps and the gram and Facebook, and she either leave you on scene, tell you no thank you or whatever, but you done copy and paste it to 100 females, and the rejection is easy because it's through the screen. So you don't get that public embarrassment when she rejects you when you standing there in public, and now it feel like the whole world is looking at you now. And dudes don't know how to react because they wasn't raised with a father. They only know how to recreate the images or the emotions from their mother. They start crashing out.
That's a great point. I think
But
too,
see,
one thing was that, one other thing he said was like, when it comes to social media and rejection, something that y'all didn't have as well was like, if you did get rejected, it was like, okay, the worst she could say is no, on to the next. Where now women are posting this nigga, DMing them 10, 15 times, where it's like we have a little bit more eyes on us being rejected. Doesn't give, to me, the right to crash out, but you can see where it might agitate somebody like, hey, I'm just trying to get at you, and you're going and making a mockery of me online to your 2,000-3,000 followers, which in our community, that may be the world to me. So I could understand where things have changed over time in that aspect.
The bottom line is just, everything you said was on point, but the bottom line is just people not taught nothing. That's all it is. Even if it's people that grew up in certain environments that had fathers that probably be the same type of way, where they learned from and crashed out that type of way. Probably didn't been out and see them talk to women crazy. Because I done been in households with females where they don't get in mind called bitches. Their kids is acting a fool the same way they can go to a school and your kid might not know nothing, but get around this kid that could do anything at the house and pick up those traits and start crashing out just being that way. So I think a lot of that, and it go men and women. It ain't just us. Like women doing that type of shit. And niggas shouldn't be DMing a bitch more than once if she ain't responding. Leaving your ass on red. Fuck is you still pursuing it for, nigga?
Talking to herself for a year
What the
straight.
fuck is you doing? Like, that's common sense. Niggas be that thirsty to do it, and then you mad when she been rejected you. But at the same time, women need to be direct also. They'll let a nigga just be talking to himself. Don't block the nigga, don't do nothing, just to go clown and do everything else. But like you said, we grew up with thicker skin to where you had to, if niggas shooting jokes on you or certain shit, because niggas laughed at you if you went to try to bag a bitch and then you didn't crack her. Hey, we see you come back, nigga, you couldn't crack her. Dumbass, better I go bag her. Like niggas used to clown for that. So that low-key got a nigga game right, because you start learning like, now I got to get sharp with how I'm talking. You start paying attention and being aware of how you approaching and what working, what ain't working. Like, so niggas, you had to learn a little different, and people don't have it's just the average person. These niggas, like you said, they sitting behind computers or doing these things, and it's like crashing out. But the crash outs we seeing is niggas that's with they women. So it's not just it's not just the niggas that's approaching these females. Niggas will be spending time with they females and they find out they got played, and then, or however it go. You know what I mean? They might be in a toxic situation and then now they ready to flip out about it. So it's a lot deeper than just, we talk about emotional intelligence. This stuff they don't teach in school. And most people, like they say, you want to hide it, put it in a book. Niggas is not going to pick up a book. I told y'all, nigga told me I was crazy for reading books. And then they said that's white people shit, especially in our community. Niggas can't even sit down and watch a video. They got audio books. Niggas won't even listen to that. So like you said, there's no blaming. And then sometimes you get to a point, I want to say maybe past in their 20s, people are stuck in their ways. You can't just tell a nigga nothing. Nigga not even listening to that. So it's a bigger problem in the sense I don't see it stopping. It's only getting worse, but it goes on both ends. It ain't just the males. It ain't just the females. It's like both of them on bump.
This goes all the way back to slavery days. So there's this excerpt out of this book, and I want to read it. It's called The N-Word Marriage. N-word with the hard ER. Can't say it on YouTube. So just know anytime I say N-word, it has the hard ER. It says, we breed 2 N-word males with 2 N-word females. Then we take the N-word males away from them and keep them moving and working. Say one N-word female bears an N-word female and the other bears an N-word male. Both N-word females being without the influence of the N-word male image frozen with an independent psychology will raise their offspring into reverse positions, meaning they'll raise the men to be women and they'll raise the girls to be men. So the one with the female offspring will teach her to be like herself, independent and negotiable. We negotiate with her, through her, by her. We negotiate her at will. The one with the N-word male offspring, she being frozen with the subconscious fear for his life, will raise him to be mentally dependent and weak, but physically strong. In other words, body over mind. Now, in a few years, when these 2 offsprings become fertile for early reproduction, we will mate and breed them and continue the cycle. That is good, sound, and long-range comprehensive planning. So given what I just read, this is exactly what we see in society today, to the T. Mm-hmm. And this has been planted for generation after generation after generation to now this is the norm. They took the men out the home, however they did it, mass incarceration, you got drugs, you got, they gave the food stamps to the women and kicked the men out. You name the tactics, it doesn't matter. The point was to get the men out of the home. Once you remove the power and the influence of the men out of the home, the women will self-destruct the children. So what do we have right now in society? We have a society full of children being raised to be the opposite and to not follow no rules, no nothing. The women don't listen to the men. You heard what he just said. We negotiate through the woman. So we negotiate with her at will. So they take the men completely out of the picture. Not only did they do that, they took corporal punishment out. So now the men can't even discipline their kids. The women don't listen to the men. And the patriarchy, feminism, took the power away from men, meaning they took the power that a man had over his woman and his home. They removed that and they replaced that with these degrees and these corporate positions. And now women can just get money and ignore the men. So what you seeing right now has been systemically created. But unless you read this book or read this and had this knowledge, you would never know. You would just blame the people who are the victims of this. No other culture do you see this happening. Why? Because no other culture, the father was attacked the way the black culture was. So everything always ties back to race. This is why black people always played the race card, because when you dig deep down into the root of the problems, like, damn, what causes, what seed was spreading? It always was behind some race shit.
I talked about this so many times. I just talked about that not too long ago, like a week or two ago. But I had these same debates and I understand, but it's hard when you understand, but they don't get it. Like if you could explain to women, like they did a number on our minds, and I talk about that so much, like you said, as far as the divide and conquer and things like that. So it's by design. The way our women hate men and the men hate the women nowadays, the way we are with our women, the way they say, oh, black men don't protect black women and stuff like that, and the fighting in the homes of black men and black women. And it's to a point where we got to go back to knowing key roles. And that's why I always interject with having a higher faith in God, because you got to have a woman that really actually believes in something, because it's already written to where it's God, man, then a woman. So when a woman really knows her role, you was brought here to be whatever you want to call it, quote unquote, helpmate or anything else to help the man. The man was already here doing everything that we needed to do. And he gave, Adam and Eve gave Eve to Adam to help him at this point. And that's the same thing where women need to understand, regardless if you're making more money, you're not equipped to be that way over a man. And like you always say, I just seen a young boy going back and forth. This got nothing to do with his mama. He probably 10, 13 years old, slapped his mama to the ground. She was trying to teach him how to box. But what I'm getting at is that the man is built and made more dominant for a reason and put in a position for a reason. And I think once we get back to that, of them having more faith in men, being able to be in a masculine energy the way he needs to be without the complaining, the nagging, and doing everything else, I think that energy will transpire on more into the women.
Nah, facts.
Yeah. I think so. I think, like I said, I think it's a double-sided thing because I understand the systemic things that are at play, but I think at some point us as men, and I don't want to just shit on men because if you do look at statistics right now, especially within the Black community, fatherhood is increased, right? Like I think a lot of kids are being raised with their father, being raised in two-parent households more than they were in the last, I believe, 20 to 30 years. So we're making strides to be better. And we might not see it right now, but maybe in the next 10, 15, 20 years, we'll be able to see the results of more fathers in this generation stepping up and being good men and, taking back control over their homes. But I agree, it starts at home. And I think until men step up and get armed with this knowledge and understand what's going on, we'll continue to suffer. We also need the women to understand that we're going to have to be the ones that lead. And until they want to give up the illusion of success, right? Because success is really just what you make it. So you can have a degree, you can have a nice house, you can have a car, and your son or your daughter still might not be raised the way they're supposed to because that doesn't necessarily implement good morals and standards into a man or a woman.
Do you think it's the men though? Because if I look at the stats show it's the women that need to get on board, not the men. Because what happens is with these situations, we take the minority that we see doing this and we amplify it and it blows up on social media. And then we use that as the example for everybody. If I put 10 men in a room and they go cold approach women, out of those 10, 1 or 2 maybe might react the way that we see the men reacting on the internet. But leave it to women, they're gonna tell you all men react this way when rejected. When we know that's not the case. We know, man, we probably don't even got one homie out the group or one maybe who will react like that. Well, but given the internet, you're made to believe everybody react like that and their lives are in danger by a man even saying good afternoon and they're afraid to smile. They got a fake, like, come on, that's not reality for real.
I think that's overboard. But what I will say is that most of us don't know our homies how women know our homies because it's 2 different men that we're getting. You're getting a homie that is just with you and with the boys. They're getting a dude that's more emotionally open and he's doing and saying things that he would never do and say with you. So while I understand and I view my homies in a certain way, I've known niggas who I thought was solid niggas. And then you see things fall out with a female and you like, damn, you doing some shit that I would have never thought. So
see, y'all gotta be.
I can't necessarily say that.
See, this is why I said it's different because y'all gotta be clear in context. It's different if you spent years with a woman versus just somebody actually just approaching a woman he's never met. So I think that brings the emotions into that is a little different from based off of just somebody going up and talking to a woman that she reject them and she crash out. Because you speak of rejection, we're not speaking of rejection as terms in a relationship because you're past rejection at that point. So I think 9 times more for the most part, we're talking about people that's approaching women, and then when she tell them, no, bitch, I ain't want to fuck with you anyway, and niggas acting like that.
Exactly.
So niggas ain't really doing that, and we know for a fact niggas hanging with us is not doing that, with or without me. Like we not dealing with that. We gonna get on you like you a weirdo anyway. Yeah. So we know, like he's saying, majority of the world are not doing that. This is people that might happen to them. If you even ask women, how often does that happen? And nowadays, most women still be giving up their numbers or trying to keep just to not get those reactions. You know what I'm saying? So,
and you brought up the perfect point. If you look at who's causing a lot of the friction, it's not the men. I don't see men really exposing their DMs of how many women jumped in their DMs and they reject. Women get a high on rejecting men nowadays. So like you'll see, oh, look how many times he was in my inbox. Or dude was in her inbox, she declined and he respectfully accepted it. He went on to go get another female, maybe one that she don't like, and all of a sudden she's blasting his DMs from 2 years ago or a year ago or 6 months ago. Oh, he was just in my DM. Girl, y'all acting like y'all so happy now. So it's like, it's this underlying force that's going on that's not being seen, and we only looking at the men that's like, oh man, y'all niggas fucked up.
I think you could
the
say
microaggressions from women, I'm telling you, man, y'all better pay attention.
Most men, hold on, this is my point about kind of being down the middle 50-50 with it, because you're right. But there's also men that do things as well. So when we just focus on the women without the men, or we just focus on the man without the woman, it does leave out the key parts. Like, I don't think there's every single woman either. You put 10, 15 women in a room and they get some DMs. I don't think every single woman exposes that man.
They're exposing to their friends for sure.
I mean, but even okay.
Every friend immediately is gonna know.
But
I'm not
most-
even
but
putting the
most
blame
men-
on them.
But most men are exposing what they do with women to their male counterparts. So that's what I'm saying. Like it's the same shit. If maybe not all, and to a certain age, I think after you get a little bit more private. But when niggas crack something, they told niggas who they cracked. They might have showed the
No, that's it.
video.
I agree.
They might have.
That's why the onus I put wasn't on necessarily men or women. Well, really, it is men. I blame the system, which is ran by who?
Men.
Right. Not the everyday man down here. I'm talking about the
Elite.
ones up here, the elite who created this, what I just read. That's who the onus is on. They took the power away from men. How do you discipline your woman if she out of line now? And I know what they're gonna say. What you mean discipline your woman? Yes, if you're the head of the household, you don't only discipline children when they do wrong. The husband is supposed to discipline the woman. That's why when the Adam and Eve thing happened, God got mad at who? He didn't get mad at Eve. He knows she a woman. She easily deceived. I put you in charge of her. So how did you let that happen?
Well, how would you have, or how do you think they disciplined women back then?
Listen, go to the Middle East. Y'all gonna say listen, who was that? Was that Little Richard or somebody? It was damn. It might have been George Clooney. Or, don't quote me on who it was, but it was an old interview. I think CNN or ABC.
It was a white dude. I know what you're
The
talking
white
about.
dude. She said
Barbara, one of them.
she
interviewed.
asked him, "Is it wrong for a man to put his hands on a woman?" And he said, "It depends. If I'm a man and I'm at least over 3 or 4 times I've told this woman to stop talking or stop doing what she was doing and agitating the situation, she no longer stops. What am I to do to stop it? Because if it's a man right here, same scenario, I got to do what?
Yeah.
And that alleviates the situation. So I'm not provoking domestic violence. All I'm saying is I never hit a woman, but sometimes you got to slap the shit out of a bitch. Word is sugar free.
I don't know if I could agree with that.
Listen,
Maybe I'm too.
when you got a daughter or a son and talking don't work, what's the only thing that's going to work? Before they remove corporal punishment, your mom or your dad was smacking it out you to make you, hey, don't do that again.
What's crazy with kids is even in the Bible, what is that quote like?
Spare the rod, spoil the child. And if you don't know what spoil means, it means to ruin. We changed the definition of spoil thinking, oh, gifts and shower. Yes, that ruins a person and it ruins a child. So if you spare the rod, you literally ruin your child. They removed the ability to spare the rod. So
It's
now
like-
what do
it's
we
like-
say?
it's
You
like-
think
it's
spanking
like-
your daughter though is different than slapping the shit out your wife if she doesn't listen to you? Like at that point, you guys are
Don't say you guys. Say what he said because you didn't hear nothing come out my mouth.
okay. Well, when I'm saying you guys, I'm not really necessarily speaking.
You
to
is, nigga. We the only niggas in here.
It's a general.
Hey, but sound like, do not tie me to that.
Okay, well,
Nah,
when you say that, at that point, you guys are to a certain degree. I'm not gonna say on the same level, but she's within your peer group of people.
we're not on the
age-wise.
same level. I'm here and she's under me.
Okay, but slapping the shit out of a grown woman and then spanking your daughter on the butt to me is 2 different things.
Is it? Okay.
I think so.
Okay, have you ever been in a situation where you tried to leave? Let's say you and your girl got in an argument and you like, you know what? I ain't got time for this. I'm out of here. Cooler heads prevail. I'm finna go to the homie house. And you try to get in your car. She come, throw her body on the door. She's slapping and fighting, trying not to let you leave. You walk, she following you. You're trying to do everything in your power to alleviate the situation, and she's doing everything to escalate the situation. What should a man do at that point? If you're literally trying to stop me from getting in my vehicle and leaving, you want the altercation. What do you do then?
You can remove her out of the way, but I don't think you have to slap the shit out of her.
How you gonna remove her? Like
You can-
only thing you
can-
do is
can
move
take
her,
Yeah, move
and she's
her.
gonna come
She's
right back
scratching,
at you.
she's fighting. Every time you open the door, she's slamming it. No, I ain't done talking. I'm telling you, one quick swift situation is done.
I don't know if I feel like my life is not threatened, I'm not gonna hit a female. That's just me personally.
He
I
just
feel like-
asking, what do you do in that situation?
Yeah. You can forcibly move somebody out of the way, and you can get a 5'4".
These
100
women ain't 5'4". The average size
how-
of a woman is damn near bigger than a man right now.
Okay.
They-
so
that,
what's
that,
the,
that article just came, especially in the black community, the women are bigger than the men.
okay? So then
on
I-
average.
I don't know, but in the women I deal with, this is what I'm gonna say because I can only speak from my position. A little the little girl, little woman that's 5'4", 5'5", 100-something pounds, she can't do anything with me. She can try all she wants, but as soon as I get in my mind, I want to remove you and get in my car, she's not gonna be able to stop.
Have you been in that situation?
I've been in that situation with women, and I've never had to physically slap a woman in the face.
He
I'm
didn't
not
say
saying slap.
To remove. I've maybe
You had to use
moved her out of the
physical
way.
force, right?
Yeah, that's
okay.
not,
So that's still
not
abuse.
slapping the shit out of her.
But that's still abuse. Putting your hands on a woman don't have to be a slap. The police show up and she said you physically shook her, removed her. That still can qualify as physical abuse. So you just still, maybe not as extreme as me, but the ultimate ending of diffusing that situation was some type of physical force.
I don't think so. I think you're trying to conflate the two. Slapping somebody and moving them out the way is not the same thing.
I'm not saying
In
it's
the eyes of the law,
you can go to jail for both.
In the eyes of the law, it may be, but don't conflate it, because what you do is you telling people that to slap somebody is to slap a woman's okay, and it's not okay.
I'm saying in some situations it's okay.
But what's crazy is that it's like you
Not
make
under
it,
the eyes of the law,
but you
but
make
it's
it
okay.
you make it sound so easy when women are emotionally enraged like that, and you just sit here and place them.
It's not happening.
They're gonna come right back at you. It ain't gonna be no just, oh, you gonna be trying to run here and get in the car. Like, that shit is not gonna just move. They ain't finna just stand there.
So there's
like,
no other option.
I'm not saying you could probably
but this is why I'm walking
Hey,
y'all
and
into,
then
because
they
it's like,
gonna
this
jump
is-
on
this
the
is what I'm
ride.
saying.
you're not giving any other option besides
I'm
hey,
not saying
slap her.
No, he's saying
wasn't the only option.
He's saying that's the last option. He just without saying. That's what he's saying. Of course, you're gonna try to talk it out. You're gonna talk to a certain way or check her in a different ways, other ways to check them.
Okay.
But he's saying once they lost their mind to that point, what do you do?
Because this is why I don't believe you've been in that position for real. Women are not as weak as you paint them out to be when they are enraged. Women can get very, very strong. And these women is in the gym, they're working out. And like I said, if you look at the stats, most of them weigh more than men right now on average. So this ain't just some 5'5", 100-pound. No, these women damn near 200 pounds now. If not over.
I've never dealt with a 200-pound woman, so maybe that's what it is. I've
Okay.
never dealt with a girl that was 5'8", 5'9". I've never dealt with
Even
that.
even regardless
Every
of all
woman I've
that,
been with has been
even-
smaller than me.
Even if she 100 pounds.
Kevin Hart came when he made that I'm a grown little man or whatever. He did that. And he said he promotes domestic violence. Everybody laughed at that shit. Because they all probably in that crowd was dealing with that. Not saying that it's cool. I'm not saying that. But the whole point is I'm getting at it's like it happens more than not. People
I'm not saying that it
people
doesn't.
act like it do or don't. And then these women that be going through that be staying with these niggas.
I'm not saying
It be
that
the
doesn't.
nicest niggas that don't do nothing. And the bitches be dog walking them.
And I'm not saying recklessly beat or whatever to women. I'm saying we're taught putting your hands on a woman, under any circumstance is not okay. I'm saying I disagree. There are certain circumstances where that is the only way to calm the situation down. A lot of this stuff that's going on right now wouldn't be going on if that was still an option. Like I said, look at the Middle East. You don't see that going on for real.
Women ain't disrespecting no
Women
man out
ain't
there.
doing what you can't even yell out there. But they have taken literally any type of ownership that you have over your home away from you. So how do you keep a settled home?
It's
Because
just
you said just move her. She can call the cops. You're going to jail the same way dude who would have slapped the shit out of her is going to jail.
Yeah, but I
it's
mean,
just to me at that point though, for the most part, if you dealing with shit like that, it's damn near over with. Like,
yeah, it should be. So that's
Yeah.
that's another
Yeah.
that's a deeper part of the conversation of like, who do you choose, right? Like, how do they react to things emotionally? Like, at some point in time, you can see maybe this person might be a problem. I think there's signs and red flags before it gets to that point. But a lot of people choose to stay. So if I'm with a girl and we in public and she's making a scene, I probably will not stay with that girl, more than likely. I've never stayed with a woman that's made a public scene in public because I know what comes with that next. Because if you don't get out of there then it just goes up a notch. And it goes up a notch until you're at the position that you're at where it's like, now I gotta, hurt you for you to get out of my way? I don't want no woman who is acting that way in public or any way in that matter. If they can't control their emotions, I'm cool. And I've dealt with multiple women where they've gotten rowdy, but again, never to the point where I've had to slap somebody.
Okay, wait till you have some kids or something, man. And them type of arguments you get to have. I'm telling you, bro, I done seen it, and I done been in positions where I'm literally diffusing it. I'm walking away, and they're not letting you walk away. Not only are they not letting you walk away, they're attacking you for walking away. But as a man, you're taught to just take everything that comes your way. And I'm saying no. There's a line to be drawn. Where sometimes you might gotta smack a bitch.
Kylie, was Jody wrong on Baby Boy?
I don't.
You might gotta Jody a bitch sometimes. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not saying if you do it, don't. Once it gets to that point where it gets physical, some people outcome and they overgrow through their physical points. But at this day and age, I don't think you should put your hand on a woman either because you're going to jail. It's only gonna get bad.
But also, you have to take. At least me, I'm the type of nigga. Okay, turn on the camera. I'm gonna go grab the phone. Look what this bitch is doing.
So you calling Johnny?
No, not that. As in, like, I'm gonna try to get
what's the video for?
Get some sort of
if
proof.
It ain't for Johnny.
Well, because that's what it's gonna be.
Unless you gonna blast it on the internet.
If I have to remove her, and then at that point the police.
All I'm saying
I
is,
have something to say. Hey,
Paw done backhanded Mama a couple times throughout that 60-year marriage. That's all I'm saying. Your granny, the ones that we revere, man, but they don't make relationships like this no more. You think your granddad ain't never just smacked the shit out of granny before? Because she done popped off at the mouth a little too much.
He did.
He done came home, working his ass off at the factory. All he want to do is sit down and have a beer, and she complaining about the sock he left out.
You know, it's so fucked up because you'll see women come out that'll say they won't even respect a man if he won't put his hands on it. And that shit is wild. So they'll take it all the way there because they know that they can get out of pocket, I guess.
I'm not advocating beating. I'm not. Because I know that they can spend it all they want. I don't give a shit. I'm just saying if I look at the time where relationships were held together the most, we know for a fact that was a key component in the relationship. Because how else do you fucking get a woman to stop acting insane other than just leaving her?
I don't know.
Y'all built the family. You love her. She might need a factory reset. That's all I'm saying. Listen, when your phone, you like, hey, oh shit, it's working. She might need a factory reset. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man.
Hey, look, I'll be the villain. It is what it is, cuz. If that was George Clooney, I'm in agreement with cuz. Sometimes it might gotta come to that. But y'all see the Diddy update?
It was just... I was just talking about that.
So I'm not gonna go into the specifics of the case, but what they were saying was that whole 1,000 bottles of baby oil, they said Black Twitter and Black social media started that and created that. So they said it was actually only like 11 bottles of baby oil and maybe like 10 bottles of Astroglide. Shout out to Astroglide too. That's some of the best lube out there. So Diddy definitely went top notch.
He for sure.
I used to be using Astroglide back in the day. My girl used to love that shit.
When they rated cuz shit, it looked at like more than 20.
It was really there though.
It looked at like more than 25. But regardless, if that, of course, like we say, our people the main ones who gonna boost everything up and keep the spinning the narratives. Even if he had 1,000 bottles, it don't matter. Cuz can buy 1,000 bottles for his house.
What I'm getting at with it was how we crucify our own and it turns into that. So now the jurors hearing 1,000 bottles of baby oil, and that wasn't even a factual thing. But what I wanted to ask y'all, do you think it really came from us, or was it one of those troll accounts portraying to be us? Because what account did they trace back and deem that, okay, this was the account, it was black people, and they blew it up?
It wasn't only us, it was everybody. But we know we're the predominant ones. Let's keep it G. We talk about this all the time. As soon as our people get in the spotlight, we the ones crucifying them. So I believe it to an extent, but everybody had parts in that. Everybody been laughing at Diddy talking about, cause even these CNN people, they've been boosting it up. All these news outlets, everybody's been boosting it. But we are hard on our own. And all this is a cop to go against all the Epstein shit. They didn't drag that nigga like this. They dragging Diddy. And then we can't even watch his case. Y'all let thug shit go on TV.
That's because it was state. We're not, for whatever reason, we're not able to watch federal on TV.
Nigga, he got a RICO.
Yeah, statewide though.
Yeah.
Atlanta.
That was state.
Oh, that's crazy.
But what I'm getting at is...
No, but you know what? To a certain degree, it's like we make shit popular as it is. So I can't say who, but...
It ain't too far-fetched.
Yeah, it's like we probably gassed it. We thought it was funny, not realizing like they're going to try to take this as ammunition. I mean, maybe we need to be more wary of what we say online as a culture, because usually when we say something or once we start doing something, that's when everybody takes notice and then that becomes the trend.
Bro, people don't care, especially if it's not happening to them, and especially if they think he really did it. Them niggas is going to crucify you. The trolls online is never going to stop.
I agree, but I think this came from one of them ghost accounts, and then the joke just spread like wildfire. Because who in their right mind would just come out and just say 1,000 bottles of baby oil out of the blue without we didn't even know they found baby oil.
Nah, they showed it when they raided his house. They had pictures and shit of it.
Yeah, but they didn't have 1,000 bottles. Who started that 1,000 bottles? Because they said it was niggas. Now niggas did blow up the jokes and run with it, and we got crucified on the show when this first hit the news saying, "Hey, get the facts first."
Man, these niggas just be.
Oh, y'all defending Diddy. Y'all defending
you got
monsters.
a point too, because even now you could have AI and shit. Niggas won't even double check what it is. Just all right, cool, that's fact. So it could have been a ghost account because most of this shit on Twitter is that anyway.
Because they know us already,
Yeah.
so they know. Throw this to them. They gonna spread it for us.
They're gonna eat it up.
They had this other thing on it too. They said the judge questioned the feds on the lack of evidence pointing to coercion. He acknowledged there may have been control over Cassie, but emphasized that he hasn't seen anything that supports a RICO charge. According to some reports from reporters, the judge today said he's not seeing coercion RICO from Diddy, but he sees an over-controlling person so far. We're in week 2 of 8.
This is what I was telling somebody this over the weekend. Like everything that Cassie has said or Don or anybody who came up, there's something for Diddy in his defense to say on the flip side. Like even the assistant, like I had to do X, Y, and Z. Diddy could come back with, well, you wanted to. You were paid, etc. It wasn't necessarily coercion, or I didn't necessarily force you or abuse you, or so it's like it's gonna come down to his word over hers at this point. And the fact that she went first, I believe most of the times key witnesses are supposed to go last. She went first. I low-key think that by the end of the trial, people won't even really be remembering anything she said. So he might fuck around and get off.
8-week trial is crazy.
He might fuck around and get off because at this point in time, the biggest thing we've had is the Kid Cudi shit. I mean, when you really break down the escorts, all that really does is show us that Diddy maybe like dudes, whatever that is. So that kind of just points to his sexuality. It doesn't really necessarily give us anything of coercion. I don't think they have any facts at the moment of
Diddy on trial for being a freak. Let's just be honest. He on trial for being a freak. He on trial for having freak offs. That's it. That's all, man. They was all willingly doing the pink cocaine and all of that. I'm over all this trying to drag Cud through it. Let's get that Epstein list out. Let's see what's going on with old boy from Nickelodeon, Abercrombie and Fitch, and all these politicians and all that. Like, let's see what's up with that. Come over the Diddy shit. Yeah, he a freak. He doing weirdo shit. But hey, they was loving the weirdo shit too. The Punisher was showing up. The Punisher didn't get forced there. The Punisher showed up to punish Cassie.
They said Diddy had the, the shit niggas ride in Dubai with the, when they ride the
that nigga was in the corner.
Like, nigga, we know it's you, nigga. What is you doing?
We knew it was you when you started yelling, take that.
He knew Diddy was playing a role.
Y'all think he can, if not found guilty, he's good to go. He gets off. Can he come back, or you think his image is tarnished?
Nah, his
image is tarnished, but if he's allowed to keep that money, he's throwing a Diddy party that night.
Nah, he ain't throwing no more parties, cuz. Nobody else.
Nah, matter of fact, he gonna throw a party, but it's gonna be selected because so many people turned on him. Nobody had him. So it's like, I ain't throwing no more parties for y'all. He gonna throw a party somewhere and just show it online with a whole bunch of new people. Cuz gonna be in a different country.
Freak offs for niggas who are still out there with money and access to a bunch of women, I think freak off should be done because at what point you got a room, 5-6 girls, how long is it gonna take 1 or 2 of them to cry wolf? You know what I mean? Like niggas gotta start thinking about that now after this case. I think this killed the freak off.
Now Diddy fucked up.
If I'm famous, I'm not even getting involved in that no more.
Jamie Foxx got on for hosting one of the freak offs in the beginning of his game. So Diddy should have been allowing different niggas to host it. That's how you really would have had their ass locked in. New host of the freak off this week, nigga.
Bow Wow gonna be the first one.
Facts, yeah. Like a motherfucker. He should have had different people hosting it. That would have had him because now you got all these people hosting. Like, nigga, this ain't my freak offs, nigga. I had one freak off.
You see they trying to tie LeBron to it. Like, who was that?
Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers was talking about, LeBron is a king.
I told niggas Aaron Rodgers was cooked. Niggas started saying crazy shit.
Why y'all trying to pin LeBron to because he said ain't no party like a Diddy party?
And niggas just want to get
even
LeBron
if he went to the freak off, him and his wife probably went. They probably enjoyed themselves. But
or he didn't. Or she didn't.
But just know, when they hear freak off, they equate that you had to be one of them freaks as Diddy. They're putting everybody's freak to that level. Like, you went to Diddy freak off, you tripping. Instead, you could have went in there, blew some back outs, and left. Fucked a couple bitches. You know what I'm saying? So,
bro, there are swinger clubs that those swinger parties every weekend. Some you gotta go buy a card. If you're a couple, you get the women get in free, the men pay a little bit. If you're coming as a single man, you gotta pay the high. And some don't even allow single men. You gotta come with a female, and that's not demonized. That's looked at as the lifestyle. So because Diddy was rich and famous, and he did the lifestyle on the biggest scale possible, it's a RICO.
We know what's going on. Diddy cut ties with that deal with them people, and they came after him.
Yeah, I don't.
The same way once Kobe was going after what was that big the farmer and all that who was, and they next thing you know Kobe was up out of here. So ain't no telling with these people, man.
It's his word over hers, and right now it's not looking like there's much for him. I still unfortunately wouldn't be surprised if because you know what they did with Tory as well. The evidence was pretty much against her or you know in favor of him, and they still knocked the gavel over his head. So it's possible that because the feds got him in there, they don't want to let him get away at all. It's possible he still gets convicted.
Man, free Diddy. I'm over it. Free Diddy. He ain't done
that's
that,
why
man.
I'm thinking. I'm like, damn, 8 more weeks of Diddy. This shit crazy.
Yeah,
they trying to make hella bread off this nigga.
I don't want to hear no more Diddy.
They got cut on Tubi and everything. Then
I don't want to hear no more Tory Lanez. Get Tory Lanez out of there. I'm over it. Cause let's move on to the next whatever's going on right now.
Yeah, I think it's possible. I don't know if it's possible for the trial to go shorter because it seems like it's a lot of people coming in every day. I don't see how they have 6 more weeks of shit to talk about at this point. I don't really see that.
Kendrick out here breaking records on his tour. Hey, Kendrick, you cold, cuz. You had Lefty in the audience in LA
That's crazy.
performing the song he featured on, and he was not allowed on stage. He had to
hold
sit.
on.
No, he sat in the audience watching Cub perform his 4 words. He tried to get to the stage. Security was like, nah. So he in the audience, crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. I said, damn, Kendrick a cold nigga.
Hey, it's Kendrick tour.
I don't care.
I know, but this is what I'm saying though, man. I put you on. Everything is not obligated just because I'm in town and doing it. Yes, nigga, I fuck with you. Yes, I looked out for you. Yes, but I want to be on stage alone. He only got 4 bars.
He got AZ Chike on stage.
I know because he didn't probably brought Lefty out before. So
nah, this LA, bro.
Yeah, and it's cool. He wanted to keep it probably on some black shit this time. And people want to say, or he been hearing shit in the news about niggas talking about we holding him back.
Okay, now you getting into the convo.
That's all I'm saying.
Okay,
Kendrick hear what's going on in the streets.
Let's get to the meat and potatoes.
He like,
okay.
I can cut off the water when I want to, nigga. Don't get too comfortable.
That's possible. That's possible.
Did all these Hispanic podcasters who've been talking crazy about blacks in the media, saying we holding them back, saying that they're responsible for our careers, there would be no rappers without them. Do you think that was a chess move by Kendrick by not allowing Lefty on? Check this out.
Could have been.
We putting y'all on. You need to relax a little bit and show some respect to the art form.
I can't say it's not. You know what I mean? Because Kendrick is strategic. Also, at the same time, he doesn't having a mariachi singer and Lefty and Peso. He doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that would leave him off because of that. I feel like he would push unity over anything regardless. So I don't know. But when you say that, it's like, damn, it's a possibility.
But at the same time, it's like
timing is kind of
at the
crazy.
same time, just don't feel too entitled. Don't feel too obligated. Yes, you're on the track. Yes, I'm performing this track that's on my album that you're on, but I don't need nobody probably just really running on stage back and forth with me. He had this planned out, and he brought out Justin Bieber. He had his whole shit mapped out, and you just wasn't involved in this one. Don't take it personal. Look at it and learn from it. You know what I'm saying? If he told you clear, like I'm gonna bring you out and bring you on stage, and then you could feel away. But other than that, don't just because you knew I was up here performing that you just finna jump on the stage.
I'm gonna feel away.
Bieber over Lefty for sure.
I'm gonna feel away. I'm gonna be the odd one out to say I'm gonna feel away, and I think you just hit it on the nail on the head. With he's been hearing what's going on in the media because I already did the unity thing, put y'all on the album. I even shouted out Lefty after saying, damn, man, mission complete. He just put a complete project out, blah, blah, blah. Then I turn around and on every podcast, y'all saying we ain't shit without y'all. Not only is we ain't shit without y'all, we trying to hold y'all back. I'm like, what? I just threw you on the biggest album of the year and we trying to hold y'all back? All right. Because it's in LA, so it's no reason.
He shouldn't have been on there.
He shouldn't have been on there, and he's in the building. He was backstage.
That's kind of crazy.
AZ Chike is like, come on, man. See, you got to make it make sense.
Yeah.
The timing. I can see if it was in Wyoming or something.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
we
hot.
in LA.
I'm low-key hot if I'm lefty too, because it is like, damn. And that TV off was probably the biggest song. I mean, we seen it on the Heinz commercial. We done seen it on the Super Bowl. That's probably one of the biggest songs off the album.
What was the other one? Squabble Up.
Squabble Up.
What was the song that they
Peekaboo.
performed?
Peekaboo.
Yeah, Peekaboo.
So it's like
them was like the biggest three, I think.
He could have, and SZA brought out Justin, not.
Oh yeah,
Kendrick.
it was.
So it's like it's a.
But that was on the
separation
same song. But that was
on Snooze.
But that was at
Kendrick's
same show, right?
So it could have been too. They didn't have the budget maybe to pay, bro. I mean, he was like, all right.
Man, he tried to get on for
Lefty
free.
Didn't care about getting paid
He
for that.
tried to get on for free. When the song came on, he ran to the stage thinking it's gonna be love.
One thing I know Lefty was sad. Just stay strong, bro. Cause I seen he still stayed there when his part came on. He probably was sick, but he was still in the building. He was still dancing.
in the middle of the aisle.
But then there by itself, it's like, damn.
He was there with the homie Short cut. Homie Short ran in the cut. They was in the audience together. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious.
Oh man.
He thought he was getting on stage for sure. He ran right as soon as the beat came on. He ran right to the stage. So security had to have been notified. Already. Like, hey, don't let bro up here.
And then it's also like, if you was backstage, my thing is you was backstage, you got invited. How did you not know? Because to me, if I'm looking at him running up on stage, he didn't know that he was not going to be on, or it wasn't set in stone.
But that's my point. Don't feel too entitled. Don't feel too comfortable. If you not for the most part, you're gonna be back here with me when I'm coming out. You're gonna be standing behind the stage, right where I'm at. You're not gonna be coming from the crowd side trying to jump on the stage with me. Like,
but
no,
to have a nigga backstage eating the buffet, he's on the song, and once the concert start, all right, yeah, go out to the front and just do your thing. Like,
see, he downplaying it. I'm not even looking at it as being entitled. I'm looking at it as, how does it make sense if you brought AZ Chike on? Yeah. I can see if you didn't bring nobody, but once you bring somebody else who was featured, at that point you had to pick and choose and leave me off purpose.
I'm not saying he didn't leave him off purposely. I'm just saying, yes, that was his intention to leave him off. But I'm just telling people, you shouldn't be that comfortable regardless. Like, you on the song or not. You see what's going on. Perfect example. And like I said, it could be because of what motherfuckers been talking about. Yeah. And Kendrick like, nigga, fuck that.
But then at the same time, it's like Lefty's been on record for a while now, kind of being with the blacks, upping with us and doing business with us and trying to say things and, you know, posture himself next to us. So I don't necessarily think that applies to Lefty in that way, where it's like, out of all the people, you said, okay, I seen this online, I'm gonna make you suffer for it.
Collateral damage.
Yeah,
it's not making you suffer. It's sending a statement.
Yeah, it's a message.
This how y'all feeling? All right, cool.
What other reason would he leave him off of there?
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I'm like. It couldn't have been
the timing, bro. You just had old boy, the comedian, just say some dumb shit about Tupac. You had them other weirdo podcast niggas talking about we ain't shit without him and we trying to hold him back. Well, okay, cool. I'm doing the biggest stadium tour ever, the biggest grossing ever out here. I done did it twice. Let me see what y'all could do without me. That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah, I mean.
So y'all niggas better start watching what y'all saying on these fucking podcasts. Y'all fucking it up for y'all folks.
You saying people shouldn't feel entitled. Do you think that, because in my opinion, I feel like it's not feeling entitled. If I'm on a song and it's one of the biggest songs, would he be wrong for feeling like, well, I should be on stage? Especially if you brought out somebody else.
Regardless, if I brought somebody else, when I did that song with you, that everybody else feel entitled about not getting on the song. So at the end of the day, it's
somebody
like
gonna be hurt.
Yeah, it don't matter. You shouldn't be hurt. I still. This what people get shit misconstrued.
I would probably be
this
mad, bro.
This is what I'm saying. You could be mad, but if we didn't make it clear that I was bringing you on the stage, nigga, I'm not finna be feeling no way. I don't give a fuck. If I would have had that already understood, I wouldn't have been there. If I knew I wasn't getting on and you performing this song and I'm not getting on and I'm Lefty, I'm not going.
Why would you not go?
Because I'm not coming out.
No, why? Right. So you are feeling the way.
No, I don't.
If you don't, then you would go and do what he did and be in the crowd.
No, that means I'm about to go. That's my life. I'm not just going to the concert. I'm a star at this point. I'm not just going to concert.
So you're not just going to go.
No, nigga.
I'm not just showing up to nobody's concert, nigga. I could be doing something else. I could be in the motherfucking studio.
So if you is on a record with Snoop, and Snoop is performing in Long Beach, you're not gonna feel away if he don't bring you on stage. But he brought somebody else.
Lefty is not from Inglewood.
No, he's not. But
Lefty is way somewhere else.
This is close to
but
where
you're using Long Beach to leave me no room for air.
No, because you're gonna feel away, nigga.
Yes, if I'm on a song in Long Beach.
Okay,
yes.
if same scenario, if Snoop performs in LA.
If Kendrick was in wherever, where's Lefty from?
Baldwin Park.
If he was in Baldwin Park, and then yes, I would feel away. You know this is my city. You know I'm on this song. Yes, I would feel away. But no,
the world looks at him as being from LA. They don't look at him being from Baldwin
I don't care
Park.
what they look at. That's not what it is.
But
you're using Long Beach.
No, it doesn't matter, nigga. You perform damn near in my backyard. You perform the song I'm on. I'm in the building. You know I'm in the building.
It ain't like I got a whole verse. Nigga, I got 4 words,
nigga. Fuck, nigga. I was just backstage dapping niggas. This nigga cap.
I ain't capping.
Crazy.
Man, this nigga cap.
Just because he gonna feel away, I'm not gonna feel no way. I wouldn't have been there.
This nigga cap and let him know he cap. Nigga.
Hey, I wouldn't have been there.
Ain't no way.
Nigga.
Your song come on. Your part of the
this
song.
It's not my
come
song,
on.
nigga. End of the song.
And
3 seconds. Scary, spooky, hilarious. Nigga, it's over.
Yes.
Song.
And niggas
Back
is recording you
here.
though. Imagine you in the aisle, niggas record. Hey, that's my nigga.
That's why I wouldn't have been there.
That's crazy.
No, nigga.
And then they record you going up to security.
You got
oh,
Kendrick. But this is what I'm saying though. If I got Kendrick direct line, and I know Kendrick is here, I'm going to confirm, Kendrick, you gonna let me come out with you, bro? Like, I'm gonna get all that clear and understood.
Kendrick not answering the phone day of performance. His phone blowing up. He probably off.
Niggas asking.
You don't know. Now you making excuses. Probably
off.
answering the phone.
This nigga cap, nigga.
You cap.
You know it. And these phones getting blown up. You're not answering the call.
Somebody answering it for him. Hey, Kendrick, you got what's name on the line?
This Lefty.
Kendrick, you got what? Yeah, this Lefty.
Hey, hang that shit up.
Security crazy.
He said, yeah, bring him to the buffet.
That's crazy.
Hey, let's cut you some turkey legs, turkey chops. Send cut back to the crowd, and we gonna perform his, man, nigga, you crazy.
That's what it is.
All I'm gonna say is, blame them podcast niggas. I'm blaming the podcast niggas. Mr. Viral himself is blaming every Hispanic podcaster who's had some disparaging remarks about blacks or hip hop holding them back. Blame them niggas. Lefty, get on them niggas bumpers, nigga.
Hey,
I said it. I don't give a fuck. That's what happened, nigga.
You don't blame nobody. Blame yourself.
No. That's wild. What else y'all got, man? I seen the boy who was Craig King. He said because of the success of Kendrick's tour, that Kendrick is the greatest rapper ever. He's putting Kendrick number 1. He said, what doesn't he have? I'm like, bro, Kendrick is great, but y'all going overboard.
Yeah.
Y'all gotta relax, cuz some of this is being manufactured, bro. Like, we know what's going on. Some of this is being concocted by the machine to help take down Drake. We gotta be honest about that, regardless of how great he doing. For sure, he doing his thing. But let's call a spade a spade. Y'all niggas, the greatest ever.
Y'all gotta start counting. Y'all gotta they gotta start.
X.
Y'all gotta start counting this like.
Y'all niggas crazy.
Y'all gotta start counting this.
He up there with him, though.
No, they gotta, no, nigga.
Not over him, no.
No, nigga. Pac is in the league of his own. You gotta start. Pac is like the Jordan. You gotta start counting this shit by generations. Like when y'all say things like Kendrick could be the greatest in his generation. You know what I'm saying? And you had certain rappers that was the greatest in their generation. Pac is just the greatest overall.
He's for sure greatest.
If Pac would have had social media, the type of influence that nigga would have had Michael Jackson influence, maybe bigger. And the type of shit that he was trying to do of bringing unity and all that other stuff, Pac would have been a whole different movement.
Bigger than Mike is crazy.
I said bigger. He could have been. He could have been.
Bigger than Mike is crazy.
I don't know. It ain't crazy.
Nah, hell no.
It could have been.
Bigger than Mike is crazy. What are you talking about?
It could have been.
Mike had that influence with no social media. So
That's
imagine
true.
with social media. There ain't nobody on this planet would have came close to Mike. Shout out to Pac though.
Yeah, I don't think he's over Pac for sure. I think again, like you said, it's this generation. Not you could say being outside during other times. I think it's some fabrication, right? The Drake and Kendrick beef, I think has a lot of people viewing him higher than what he is. That's not to say that when it's all said and done, he has a great discography. He's done some great things. He's going to be up there, but I don't think you can put him over Pac. Or you, like you said,
Do y'all
X.
even
I
put
don't
him?
think you can put.
Do y'all even put him over Jay yet? Nas, Big L, and them.
I don't got him over Nas. I don't. You know what? Jay is questionable.
I listen to Kendrick more than Jay-Z. Me personally.
Jay is questionable because there's a large chunk of his albums that I don't feel niggas really listen to. I feel like it goes from Dead Presidents. I mean, not Dead Presidents. Reasonable Doubt. skips everything in the middle, and then it jumps to Blueprint.
What was after Reasonable Doubt?
Volume 1. What is it, volume?
You had the volume 1s.
Volume 2.
You had the volume 2s. I got to look up exactly. You know, all the Hard Knock Life.
You said it skips the Blueprint?
No, I'm saying the albums in between from there to Blueprint, I feel like nobody really listens to.
Yeah, but you
Is
count
Black
you,
Album before
you
it's
count
after that, right?
No,
yeah,
Black Album's after that.
But
After
you
that.
count
American
Nas,
Gangsters after that.
you count Nas and niggas only listening to mostly Illmatic and Stillmatic.
Mm. But again, I think people talk about those albums on some like mystical shit, like it's damn near like a folklore, like it's so crazy to people. So
Yeah,
I
but,
think
but Reasonable Doubt wasn't even big. That had to like grow on people.
In My Lifetime, Volume 1, Volume 2,
two.
Hard Knock Life, Volume 3, Life and Times of Sean Carter, The Dynasty.
It was
4
bangers,
albums
though.
that nobody really
and
listened
me
to.
personally, when
Then
you
it go to the Blueprint.
when you go to like the American Gangster and all that, it's cool, but it's so like corporate to me.
The
Damn,
Black
near.
album was
Nah, American
Black
Gangster
album,
was-
and the
American
Black
Gangster
album
was it.
the Black
Right.
album was the truth. You
American
slapped that all the
Gangster
way
was
through.
it. American Gangster is it.
I even like this shit. What is it? Magna Carta. He did a collab album, I think.
You on some? I don't know what Jay you on.
That's like
Nah, that is-
2013.
Nah,
that's
I know what Jay that is
2014.
because even you got the him and Kanye album. You got the that was
Watch
a
the
little,
Throne
that was a
was
little
crazy.
banger.
Okay,
and
if
then we talk about Kendrick. A lot of people. I remember when Mr. Morale came out. Niggas wasn't fucking with that.
Yeah, but-
I was fucking with it, but not all the niggas wasn't fucking with it. Pimp a Butterfly. Niggas was killing them for that.
I thought
And
that
then
was great.
and that was a banger. Yeah, and
I
I'm
didn't
just
fuck
saying,
with Mr. Morale, but To Pimp a Butterfly was crazy.
I liked it both of them.
If you line up discographies, you're going to listen to more Jay albums than Kendrick's. To me. I'm going to listen to more Jay on repeat than I am a Kendrick's discography.
But why you just say Jay was questionable?
Because a lot of people tie his musical greatness to his business success.
Mm.
Because if you go look, he didn't never run the game when all the big shots was out.
I'm
He
listening
wasn't
to
known as
Kendrick more.
JJ until he got like billionaire status and with Beyonce. But let's be real, around them Hard Knock Life days and My Volume, we wasn't looking at Jay like this.
I listen to Kendrick more. That could be me being a victim of my generation, but I'm listening to Kendrick.
You putting
More
Kendrick
than-
over Jay?
Me, I am. But he's the goat of my generation.
It's nothing.
Like-
it's nothing
like,
wrong with. It's nothing wrong with
from
that.
overly
It's
dedicated.
just. It's like I just don't like when they try to base rappers based off of tours and shit like that. Like
nah, yeah, I don't think you.
they need to break down MCs by songwriting, lyrical ability, and all that type of stuff. But what I can say is that I've never heard nobody writing Kendrick raps or taking. He's stealing no raps.
Mm.
So that's a little different right there.
Yeah, but when you talking about greatest of all time, success has to kick in. You can be the greatest hooper, but if you never made it to the NBA, nigga, you're not the greatest.
Yeah, but we're talking about niggas in the NBA. You can say that, but it's two different time
I
frames.
know, but you're
They're not
saying
even say-
only
they-
break down.
I know, but
don't
they're-
count
but-
tours.
but
you got to count.
How
all
can you
that.
count something that don't exist no more? When Spotify and all this other stuff came in, they didn't have to deal with that. They deal with record sales, and at the same time, with record sales, like you said, they still had a machine behind them then.
Touring exists right now.
I know that, but if we only count, you count that generation, it's a whole different thing. The same way people don't want to count the 80s of basketball.
I think there's more hip hop fans too now than there was then because of the like the pop culturization of it. Not to say that when Jay was out, it wasn't super mainstream because I believe it was, but now it's like really, to me, it's a bigger deal. You have way more artists. You have they're being seen way more. So even tour numbers that way, it's like Jay may have had less amount of numbers in his tours just because of the amount of rap fans that existed then.
And you
compared
saying
to now.
success, they were saying Pac wasn't, he didn't even have that much money.
I think he passed with like 120 grand.
Nah, you wildin' now.
Hey,
Nah,
hey.
they
now,
said,
now
they
you
said-
niggas talking crazy.
Nah, nigga, they-
Man, knock it
Look,
off.
hey,
man.
look
I
it
ain't gonna
up.
say
I'm telling
120.
you.
Fucking
I ain't gonna-
120
I ain't gonna say
grand.
120 grand.
Fuck is this Gen Z nigga talking about, cuz? Nigga, he the one who put Versace on, nigga.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
made
did that.
Versace famous.
No,
he had a lot more than
did
120K.
He did a lot that niggas are still doing today. Walking around with the, you know what I mean? Madonna, all that shit.
All I'm saying is,
They said Tupac's recorded net worth at the time of his death was estimated to be less than $100,000.
oh, that's crazy.
But I tell niggas, you know why? Because
God
I told
damn.
because Suge was
God.
Yeah, they say it was whooping.
Damn.
Suge was
Yeah.
whooping him, and he wanted to start his own like
His net worth is
production company.
worth way
Hold
more
on,
now.
cuz,
Yeah, he
because this nigga just put me on to something.
I'm telling you.
Under 100 bands?
Look,
is
he
crazy.
wanted to start a production company and branch out because he was into the acting shit, and they had a feud or whatever, and then whatever happened, but he wasn't getting paid like that, and he found out he wasn't getting paid like that.
They said his net worth, well, his estate today is worth $40 million.
Of course that, but When a nigga
Damn.
passed away, he
Number
had
one rapper of all
Versace
time?
shirts and 100,000. Like
So
that's,
that's
that's what it was.
that right there but that debunks his whole argument about having money.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, man. Because back then it's different. You could give niggas chains in a car. I don't know if you ever seen Cadillac Records.
Nah, I know that's what they was. That's what they was
Yeah,
doing with
yeah,
NWA. All these niggas,
Take
yeah.
a car, you
But
good.
a lot of that too, though.
Like,
They'll have these niggas on tour, paying for tours. Like you said, giving them cars, giving them chains. Don't never necessarily tell them that this is coming out of your budget.
Your pocket.
Yeah, like then you like, damn, nigga, but you get your check and they done whooped your feet.
You
Like,
like,
what?
well,
Nigga, albums cost, nigga, this cost, studio time cost, nigga. All that shit you was asking for, like, damn, you could have told me, nigga, I probably would have spent it different. Yeah.
Tupac died with less than 100,000. Net worth is crazy.
That's wild, bro.
That's crazy.
I
How
thought
much
it
was
was
100,000 worth back then?
I don't give a fuck,
Pro-
nigga.
I would say
100
probably
bands?
And that wasn't too long ago.
I was in the 90s.
97, so it's probably like
Maybe 300,000 today.
maybe they're like 400-500.
Maybe 300,000 today.
which is still nothing really if you think about
To
it.
be Pac, nigga?
Yeah.
What was
But-
they paying this nigga in?
But deals is structured different. I think probably he was dropping off a big ass bag of weed, chains. He had chains.
Pac had everything he wanted.
They
He had-
paid
he had-
Pac in Versace shirts,
He,
nigga.
nah, he had the house, he had the cars, he had everything he wanted. It was just
He didn't have liquid.
it was a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we gonna take care of your lifestyle, but other than that, outside of that, you ain't really
That
doing
is
too
crazy,
much.
though.
They paid cutting gold rings and Versace pants, nigga. That's
Sick.
crazy.
That's why.
Shit.
That's when he learned all that. He was trying to get out of death row and all that shit.
That's where all the conspiracies came from, because he was trying to start his own shit.
I'm cool off that. Got me
Wow.
out here slaving.
You saw Snoop responded to Warren G
I
about
did see that.
about Snoop not answering his phone when they did the Super Bowl. Warren G like, what's the deal? Am I getting on stage?
That was a cold
So
response.
Snoop low key lefty gun played Warren G.
Yeah.
Didn't answer his phone. And you talking about somebody else answered. Snoop said, I don't answer for nobody when I'm with Dre.
So that's one of those
Nah,
things.
he
No,
said,
but that's one of those things.
go get the clear audio because that nigga he said some bullshit low key. That's Warren G at the end of the
and
day.
you know he responded
Yeah.
also to
He already had talked to him, nigga. Snoop invited him. What is you talking about? He said he just wanted to go backstage. He wasn't even trying to get on stage, nigga. He wanted his kid to get back there and get some daps.
he responded to the Trump shit too. I don't know if y'all saw that in that same interview.
What'd he say?
Pretty much saying like exactly what we said. Like he knew dude for years that asked him to perform. So he like, you think if I known this dude for 16, 15 years, we done business, all this, I'm not gonna just, he's asking for 30 minutes of my time for me to go and help him out, who's helped me out, within my community, et cetera, et cetera. Like that's why I did it. I didn't really do it for
Nigga,
Trump.
Warren G introduced
for-
Snoop to Dre. Fuck,
But
you
that-
wouldn't even know this nigga. Nigga, fuck is niggas talking about? That's the same thing. Nigga, he brought you to this nigga
Hey,
when
Snoop
you
is
was looking for
crazy.
help.
Do you think that's one of the things where it's like go to somebody's crib or something that's like maybe they up there and you can't just bring everybody?
No,
No,
this
nigga,
is
I
Warren
brought
G.
you. You wouldn't have had access to the nigga if it wasn't for me. It wasn't like we were just hanging out and you popped up and met the nigga. I took you, nigga, to go meet him, like to help you. So even out of that is crazy. But I think the things that happen in those type of situations, like you start to outgrow relationships if you're not tapping in every day and stuff like that. You stop to care as much.
You think Warren
Yeah.
G maybe thought they was cooler than what they was at this point in time?
Maybe I would think you would have a lifelong friend. You would damn near be family. to
Nigga
me.
had his kid ready backstage and everything and then get in.
He said his pain we never fully addressed. So I don't know if they was going through something at the time. He said there have been certain situations where we became super close behind tragedy and behind love. Adding that, Warren is probably the best friend that I got that only me and him understand each other. So if I'm the fucking best friend that you got, I introduce you to Dre. How in the fuck I can't get my kids backstage at the Super Bowl? Come on, cuz. What are we really talking about? Like, we take this being entitled shit a little too far. At what point do
It's just
you...
decency.
No, don't
do
try
you
to
just start to
don't-
owe me with
Don't
for
try
shit?
to say that being entitled shit too far, nigga, because that's way different from Lefty and fucking Kendrick.
That's some different shit for sure. He should have been able to go backstage.
At what point do we stop taking that?
Play the audio.
Find it, nigga. At what point do we stop taking that nobody owe you nothing and start to look at niggas funny for not doing solid shit? Like, to me, nigga, somebody like Warren G, in relation to Snoop Dogg and all their relationship that they had and all the stuff that Warren helped Snoop with and vice versa, you would think I would be locked in to get my kids backstage at a performance.
It wasn't
cuz,
like
that
I
you're
wasn't
performing
trying to ask you for nothing. Like,
Nah, nigga,
not that big.
Nah, nigga, stay.
What are you talking about?
I just wanted
Keep
to
your
be there while they
stance.
was making missionary.
I'm the one who had this stance.
No,
What are
keep
you
your
talking
stance.
about?
That nobody owe you
I
nothing.
saw something recently. He was doing an interview and he said he felt snubbed during the Super Bowl performance.
Did you get a ticket to the Super Bowl?
Well, I got one. It was through Snoop, but I couldn't even get backstage.
Then he also said, I just wanted to be there while they was making missionary. He was like, I don't want no money and nothing like that. I just wanted to kick it with my people.
Snoop and Dre get down, but it's like y'all could call Warren to come do a cameo or come hang out or something. I don't want no money or nothing from nobody. Just call me to be around.
But here's what I want to say. His relationship with Dr. Dre is his relationship. His relationship with me is our relationship. When I'm working with Dr. Dre, I don't bring nobody with me. I bring myself because I'm not responsible for nobody but me. I've always been that way when it's time for me to do a job. I don't like bringing to the job that I'm gonna be accountable for. When you go to work, who you bring with you?
Myself.
Who you bring with you?
God.
See what I'm saying? So it's like, imagine you gotta go, I'm finna go to work right now. Y'all come on.
Nigga, he talking about answering the phone, nigga. He didn't say nothing about answering the phone, nigga. That nigga said, and Warren said he gave him tickets. You knew I was coming. That's it. Yeah, you coming to the back, that ain't really got to do with
So,
nothing.
so what you
did the
saying then?
Kendrick-
So he did something. He did something good is what you saying.
No, nigga, stop trying to act like, nigga, I'm on Warren's side. Nigga, you the one who be saying all this bullshit.
Now you
Nigga,
on Warren's side.
I'm the one who said it.
No,
Fuck is you
because
talking
in
about?
the lefty case, you said
I
don't
said
expect
that's not
nothing.
the same thing.
What's
No,
not
I
the same?
said that's a show. He's not going to perform on stage.
That ain't that even worse.
No,
Yeah,
nigga.
I gave
So what are
you
you
tickets.
worse?
I gave
Stop
you
trying to
tickets.
compare this shit to Lefty, nigga. That nigga knew this nigga over 20 years. Fuck is you talking about? And like I said, they done music together. These niggas is from the same fucking city. Lefty and Kendrick wouldn't have knew each other without the music. And on top of that, it don't matter, nigga. If I knew you over 20 years and you talking about we this close, but to me it sound like he's saying Dre don't fuck with him.
That's what I was just going.
That's what it sound like. My relationship with Dre and their relationship is that. He know our relationship, and that's why I didn't bring him back here. That's the only thing I can hear. But regardless, Dre, that means he's just saying Dre's relationship is more important than theirs.
Can you fault him for that? If I'm going to do business and I know y'all not really fucking with each other, and I don't bring you, I don't respond. Is that
It's just communication.
The way that he explained it was kind of crazy. This is Warren G we talking about. He said
he
I
act like he
can't be
bringing a
res-
regular nigga from the streets.
he acting like he bringing one of the homies from the hood who ain't never been around. Like I can't be responsible for niggas I bring.
Yeah.
What the fuck is Warren going?
Like he gonna crash out
Like
on
he
the
gonna go
studio?
crash
Yeah.
out at the Super Bowl.
Warren,
that was
but he
kind of
probably
crazy.
one of the coolest niggas to have you around.
So
Okay.
if I'm Warren, I'm like, what the fuck you mean not be responsible for? What am I gonna do there that's gonna jeopardize your reputation?
Warren speaking on it because he probably either done tried to reach out or something like that, and cuz ain't
Now he like, all right.
he giving them the push off, but he probably really didn't even want to speak on it on air because that's the whole thing. But he like, nigga, I got no other way to get at cuz.
So why
this is
Warren not
even-
mad at Dre?
This is even more crazy. We don't know what he mad about. He not
He
mad
only spoke about Snoop
because he sat there and said Snoop gave me the tickets, and Snoop just clarified that, nigga, that's their relationship.
But
So
They-
why is he not mad at Dre?
he doesn't
equally?
have the same relationship with Dre. He has the relationship with Snoop.
But could it be like, again, if I have the relationship with Snoop and I don't have the relationship with Dre, then why would I even be expecting to be putting around?
I get what you're saying. But
If I know
he's
that
saying
I don't fuck with bro like that, I'm not just gonna expect to just be around a nigga, especially if the nigga's like, I don't just be around everybody. Like as in Dre. He might not be around
If
everybody.
Warren G introduced Snoop to Dre, how in the fuck does him and Dre not have a cool enough relationship for him to be equally upset at Dre?
Shit changed.
I
bro.
introduced you niggas.
I might know this nigga depending on certain things, but that don't mean we're as close as we are.
Yeah.
I expect that from you. I don't have to expect that from Dre.
He
Me and
could
Dre not as cool as we is. That's the whole thing.
He could at least hit him like, Dre don't want nobody here, if that was the case.
Y'all keep saying Dre, nigga. He said he don't want nobody there. Y'all niggas keep
But
trying to
y'all,
say Dre.
you brought Dre up. Stop trying to twist shit. You asking about Dr. Dre. Nigga, we wasn't even talking about Dre.
Y'all keep
You
saying,
keep bringing it
y'all,
up, nigga.
y'all keep saying, cuz he said I don't.
This nigga keep bringing up another fucking scenario about something, talking about we saying it.
Snoop not fucking with bro. That's
Yeah.
really
Snoop
what it
literally
is.
said I'm
Yeah.
not bringing nobody because
That's
I ain't
what it is,
responsible.
Yeah, that's
So
kinda
why'd you
crazy.
even bring up Dre then? You
What
talking
do
about
you
why he
mean?
not mad at Dre?
Well, because
You
he
brought that
Because
up.
you knew Dre before Snoop did. So you had a relationship with Dre before Snoop.
It don't matter.
Why not just
Snoop
get Dre?
invited me. That's what happened. It don't matter.
No, Snoop gave him the ticket.
Yes,
He didn't
yes,
invite him nowhere.
nigga.
Exactly.
If you gave me the tickets, you invited me.
I didn't invite you backstage, nigga.
I didn't say backstage. You invited me to the concert.
He's upset that he wasn't able to go.
But he's saying once
backstage.
I get there, yes, I didn't want to come on nothing. Why? I wanted my son. My son is getting the experience. Yes, I'm your daddy. Daddy, do you really know Snoop? Yeah, I know him.
Yes,
I fuck with him. Let me holler at him. Let me see if I can get back here. Damn, cause I can't get back there, nigga.
No, I
you
gave
for
you
20
and your
years.
son a ticket to the game.
Because they did. He was talking about going to the studio for Missionary as well. And I don't know if that was before the Super Bowl or after. But if it was before, then it's like you should have. If you didn't get invited to that, and you asked again, it's like you should have low-key got.
Nah, it's easier said than done. But at the same time, I think Warren has, because I think he's more. I think this been multiple occasions for him, not just what we know. Because you hear him, he like, damn, nigga can't just hang around. Snoop like, nigga, if you ain't working, nigga, you better keep doing some music and stuff. He like, niggas ain't just hanging with me.
A nigga can't just hang around. It's crazy.
Now I ain't mad about that. I think it's the delivery. They should have talked about this with themselves. But he like, damn, nigga, I just want to be invited some places. Like,
I just can't kick
this little thing of ours, we started together, and now you so big, you like, fuck me, nigga. That's all it is. Snoop like, nigga, I'm not bringing niggas that just want to sit and hang, nigga. You gonna twist my blunts, nigga? No, nigga.
Imagine Warren G just asking to be a hang-around. It's crazy.
Nigga's 60 years old talking about, I just want to come up and kick it. That's wild.
I want to be at the moments. Nigga. I want to be on the videos, nigga. They
niggas said, I want to be on the ground with
niggas,
you niggas.
But you know what they get? People probably be hitting Warren G up like, why you never with Snoop? That's what the type of shit that start going. Like, he probably out with people, or he just want to be around some more connections.
See,
Warren,
that's
you know, the internet, it gets you. Yeah,
like, you got to stay solid if you know your relationship.
Snoop like, nigga, I'm doing me. I've been doing me, nigga. I'm with Martha Stewart, nigga. All this shit, niggas ain't just coming around me, nigga. I'm here for business, nigga. So that's what it is. Like,
you don't give a fuck at that point. You don't care.
So was Nate Dogg the missing glue to the piece? Because it seemed like they was locked in when Nate was alive.
Nate probably would have been on Snoop, nigga.
Everywhere Nate was, Warren G was there with him. They was all locked in, and then Nate died. You see Snoop branch off from niggas.
Right, like probably I only fucked with him because of you. Yeah.
That's possible.
Or y'all, he kept them together. Like, nigga, y'all both my niggas. So
because I couldn't see him doing Nate Dogg like that.
Ain't nobody doing Nate like that. Nigga, Nate would have been performing.
That's what
he was key to the whole movement.
Nate would have been performing.
That's all I'm saying.
A lot of them hits was because of him. Like just because of that way he,
Snoop played a big part. A lot of his hits, you right, but Nate was
that chorus or that
you couldn't
hook
copy him. Yeah. Nate was one-on-one.
It sounded like Snoop and Warren need to sit down on the podcast and hash
But this is
out.
the only thing I don't like about the internet is that he speaks, then you respond. Y'all really supposed to know each other instead of just,
That's why I said, now that this went public, y'all might as well find a pod, sit down, do 1 million fucking views.
Is this just content right now?
Nah, Warren was really.
Are they playing content on us?
Nah, Warren really felt that way.
He was visually upset.
Hey, Snoop, I need to revive in some way, cuz I'm about to get at you.
He said, damn, cuz, I can't come be a cameo, nigga. I can't get a flick for the gram, a drop, nothing, nigga.
Cuz trying to be a camera.
That's kind of crazy. It's just like, I don't know. Niggas get up there and start acting different.
You never know what people, their relationships, how they start to turn out, and you still thinking y'all locked in as much. Snoop probably took something personal and like, nigga, I ain't fucking with cuz no more, but never told him.
Don't nobody owe you, but I'ma feel away. I don't care what nobody say, especially I'm looking like, damn, cuz.
I'm not asking for
That's crazy, because you be the main nigga talking about, niggas shouldn't be entitled to this and that. We need to get out that victim mindset.
Nah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, from people you don't know, nigga. Somebody I'm locked in for 20 years. You're with the nigga.
Even if I don't talk to you for a minute, I should be able to hit you up. What's up? Cool.
Look, this is what it's like. Like, you got a friend group, then you got a friend that nobody in the group know, and then you introduce them, and now the group hanging out with cuz, and you left out. That's what's going on now.
Yeah.
Like, hold on, cuz. I look on the gram, y'all niggas got a game night, niggas ain't even hit me. You only know cuz because of me, nigga. What the fuck?
That's basically what's going on.
Yeah, that's basically what's going on.
Snoop low-key tripping.
But they've been saying, you know what I mean? It's been a lot of talk about that. They were saying Pac was right the whole time.
Seen that too. Did see that.
Niggas be trying to go back. Niggas be trying to pull up receipts.
Niggas did say Pac wasn't fucking with Snoop back then, cuz. He said they took that flight back from where was they coming from? Vegas the first time or New York? I think it was New York. And they said nobody was talking to Snoop. Snoop damn near felt like they was gonna pack out on the plane.
Snoop said he grabbed the blower.
Yeah, he had the knife.
Yeah,
there was some tension there.
That's cold, man.
I don't know, man. We'll see what's going on, man. Unless y'all got anything else, we could wrap this one up.
Snoop and Warren, get it together, cuz. Long Beach, stand up. Get it to fucking together. That shit is crazy.
Man, we got Ray Vaughn on the rise. Savi, DW. I mean, the viral way the city is on right now. We can't have, nigga, the goats going at it, cuz y'all fucking up the feng shui. Y'all need to get that together ASAP. Y'all niggas has too much longevity in this game and should have too much history and respect for each other to communicate via radio stations. Nigga, call that nigga.
That's crazy. And I think everybody is starting to get comfortable doing it that way just because that's social media. But niggas got each other's numbers or they got somebody that they can hit to get in touch with bro or whatever. So niggas got to take it back a notch and just understand like we still friends or we have some sort of connection at the end of the day that's realer than this shit that's on TV. So if it is that, then you should definitely hit your bro, you know, in real life instead of responding.
Don't get too big that you forget the little people you started with. But a lot of times too, I don't want to get too much because I don't know the details of it. If you don't fuck with cuz, just let that nigga know that.
That too.
Don't let him thinking is what it is something is, and it's not that.
Because it sounded like Warren probably did try to call Snoop and cuz shit with the V-mail.
That's why I'm like, if you
he probably got cut
out like cuz shit with the V-mail.
Yeah, if you try to pull up for Missionary, the album too, and they wasn't fucking with you, and then you thought, that's what I'm saying, I don't know which one was before the other, but if one of them you got to know and then you thought you was gonna get the yes, the next one, it's like, I don't know. You should have checked temperature.
They treating Warren like you ain't a star no more.
Yeah, they treating Cuz like he a nobody. That's a wild statement to make, even for Snoop to say, I don't bring nobody with me. I ain't responsible. Like, Cuz, this is Warren G, the nigga who saved Def Jam and helped put Long Beach on the map. To just act like Cuz just some crash out from the set is wild business.
Warren, get back out there, get some on some new regulator shit. Go getting these young niggas, go start fucking with them.
You gotta start fucking with the YNs, Cuz.
You gotta get lit again.
You see Exhibit back out.
Yeah, oh yeah, I seen that. Yeah.
Oh man. West Coast, Cuz, this ain't the time to be dividing. East Coast coming out our neck right now. Joey Badass on niggas' helmets right now. This ain't the time to be going at it in-house. Get it together.
Yeah.
Ride with us or collide with us. Viral way or no way. Shout out to the viral gang. Out of here. Bang.
Ain't no handouts, I did it from the ground up. In the streets, thugging hardest when they found us. Got a problem, nigga, watch my troopers mount up. My bitches bang too, and you a lame though. You niggas ain't outside, yeah, we came through. You want your lights up, we put you on the shade.